be about healed up, ain't it? COVID over again, ain't it? We got to get ready for monkeypox. That's out here. Man, no mistake. They put it out here for a reason. If they ain't got one thing to kill us, it's another one. This is the system we work in. Heterosexual people might well get ready. They're coming your way. These school kids, they might well get ready. Got to learn to go to school, what to do and what not to do. I talked to somebody earlier about that yesterday. Can't have no conversation with them about it. You just got to keep moving. Nothing in our favor anymore. You got to just use wisdom when you walk past these people dealing with them. It ain't your job to go and try to preach to them, to try to tell them nothing. It's just your job to make sure you're there to get what you need to get. Stay focused. I need all my young people in school, stay focused. You will find school ain't your only place you're going to run into them. You're going to be dealing with them out here. You don't have to consent to nothing. You just got to learn when you can speak. I mean, so what Ra said, because they don't pay my bills. I ain't in the school system. I'm a grown man. I make my own way. So when I speak and I say what I got to say, they don't control my dollars. Where you at, they control your education. You'll be out of there before you know it. They'll blackball you. You'll be behind. And that's it. For that, you'll be sitting in the criminal justice system. You got to use a lot of wisdom when you're dealing with these people. So I want to tell the young people what you hear, you can't repeat everything come out your mouth. Stay focused. Y'all all right? It ain't nothing we saying wrong. It's just the fact that, and the fault of it for y'all young people, the reason it ain't it's because of the lazy grown people. We sat back and we played with them. We accepted them. We didn't want to say nothing about them. We avoided and kept letting it go. They grew. They populated. Now they outpopulate us. While all of them were fighting, black and whites were fighting each other, Hispanic gang fighting each other, everybody hating each other, homosexuals moving themselves into political position. So that way they can change laws. They can control the Supreme Courts and other things they need to do. That's how dumb the heterosexual people are. We spend more time getting drunk, getting high, fighting each other, fighting this rotten religion they gave us, Christianity, and it just made a mess of our understanding to the fact these people been working and how these homosexuals beat us out. They still a minority. They're never going to be a majority. How they beat us out, they learn how to saturate areas and put people in position. How many people know homosexuals been known to have money? They favor each other. They're going to support each other. So all they do is move, saturate the area. Once they put people in position, you got from, well, if it's a local representative, they got 2 years. If it's a state, if it's federal, they got 4 years. So they move and saturate the area, get a person in position, then move somewhere else. Once you get enough of these people in position, then you can sit back, and when they start having votes from the Senate and the Congress, they're going to win. Now you got to ask yourself, why the dumb so-called Negro ain't used his brain to do that yet? We saturate every impoverished area. They don't even teach us about going and holding our representative accountable. We go and vote. We vote based off of them. They come pick us up. They drive us to the poll to vote for somebody that do nothing for us. You never see them after the election. See, I can help our people on a lot of end. We got people with the information to teach you how to beat them out on a lot of end. You think about it, as long as we've been here, Dr. King, from every other so-called Negro leader, nobody ever taught us how to saturate. Even white people, they learn how to change demographics, change numbers, redistricting. We could do the same thing. All we do is move and pop. We get somewhere, we stay there, and we don't think and we don't grow, so the people beat us out every time. All they got to do, once they see their population is too much black or too much people they look at as so quote-unquote Democrat. I don't know why a black person be Democratic anyway. But anyway, that's another stupid move you make. But anyway, once they learn, all they do is just redraw the lines. They redraw the lines to favor them. Let me tell you something. You ain't never been beat by white people in your life on a fair fight. I ain't talking about no physical fight. I'm talking about mentally. You haven't been beat by them. You haven't beat by them economically. They control the numbers. Right now, inflation, let's say the economy crashed right now today. Economy crash, tell me what's going to fall. Give me some names. Housing, great deal. Which means houses is what, $300,000 probably go to what, Boston? 150, somewhere like that, except in Buckhead, except in Cobb County, except in Lawrenceville, except in Alpharetta. Who controls that? If the economy drops, the economy drops. That means everywhere should fall, because white people control what they say they're going to lessen down. They're going to drop the number tremendously in your neighborhood so whites can come in and buy and take your home. And as soon as they buy and plant some grass where you had a bald head spot, once they put some grass or a tree right where you've been hanging your car at, or remove the tree you hung your car, but snatch your engine in the front yard and put that down a little pavement and change the front door, That's how they change the front door and paint the step. $400,000-$500,000 house. Then guess what? The nigga who barely can afford to pay his bill is gonna run to try to get in that neighborhood because it's up and coming. What was it when you was in it? So they got you running to and fro because you don't know how to establish nothing. They take your apartment, all they gonna do, East Lake Meadow, Uncle, you remember East Lake Meadow? Where you from? You weren't familiar with East Lake Meadow? My mama was, but listen, you drove through East Lake Meadow, you ain't do no business. You rolled, it was a street. Who remember that street? It had a street. You rolled that, listen, get your behind to the other side. That red light hold too long. You need to be trying to get, if you turn off of Glenwood, you now, the other end would hitting you Memorial Drive. What did it? You need to be trying to move. That red light holder, you need to try to get that right. Make a right, go. Whatever you need to do, get out that street. You get caught, that's the fifth. They put some luxury apartments right there. Same ground, same grade, nothing changed. Pick the tires up out the wood, had a creek in there, made it a lake. Now you move with him, you're gonna pay $2,500 a month. Because they put a white face down. And guess who are running populated too? Us. Now they tricked you out of the project that you couldn't stay there, you didn't want to be there, the school was bad. They go in here and change the color of bricks up there, put a playground out here. Now niggas run to it, and the same school, they ain't build new schools. All they did is what we need to do, go in and hold teachers accountable. We want to come cut the food when our kid get kicked out. We'll never be a part of the education system, our kid get to fight, and we come up there and help them fight. When we cut the food, that's when we get a part of the education system when our kid getting kicked out. Why we don't get involved before this get to that point? I ain't blaming you more than I'm blaming these so-called educated, so-called Negro leaders. Why they hadn't told us this? Why they didn't tell us, well, you know what, the acronym PTA, we never knew what it actually meant. What is it, PTA? This is the Parent and Teacher Association. That means we're coming together to see what's going on and let's get the situation fixed. What do you need on your end? And we're coming to let you know what we need done. What we feel like, now, but this is the Parent and Teacher Association. This is not the parents come here and sit stupid and then the people tell you what they're going to be doing. Hold, stop for a minute. We have input. We have insight on it. How many of y'all parents went to PTA meeting? How many of y'all, did y'all really know what the PTA meeting was, or did y'all understand what the acronym stood for? How many people didn't? How many didn't? I didn't. I really didn't think about the parent and the teacher had a part in it. Everybody here knew that already. Everybody knew that. Well, by the time you come along, that changed. My mama then went, y'all went, you came to PTA. Did you know that you had a part in that? You had a say in that? They didn't teach us that. You just went there, you went there, God, they tell you to come. We having PTA, and then Tuesday night, you go, and you sat there and they tell you what's gonna happen. You don't have no, and white people don't do no junk, they gonna tell me nothing. White people finna have a conversation, hold on for a minute, who came up with this? They gonna go over the curriculum, they gonna find what's going on, and if they can't get done, we'll go to the board. Did you know that you could go to the board and make requests? Did you know that, Amy Smith? Why were they gonna teach her that? That you can go over to, when the teacher says something, the principal, that's law. How many of y'all knew that? Who took it like that? If the principal said something, it was law. There's a lot of folks who know way more than I know. Come on here, come get this mic. I know y'all niggas ain't know it all. Come get this mic. Ain't no way y'all know nothing. They don't know nothing now. How y'all know all that then? They don't know anywhere. Man, when the teacher spoke and the principal, that had that. That's what we knew. The folks, we didn't know that the buck stopped. You didn't call no school boy for what? You don't talk no school boy. What kind of stupid stuff is that? Whatever they said, that in that right there. We didn't know we can go with people head requesting. We can make moves to transfer and move people for the betterment of our kid, getting other parents involved, educating them on the power of the parent. Making sure the relationship is a fair relationship. And it ain't to demonize the educators. It's the fact we didn't know things. A lot of things they know. People play you when you don't know. You go to the store and the man said, listen, this is $39.60. You scrambling around. You hand the money. So you don't know how to count. Here go your change, $100 bill. Here you go, $10 back. Thank you. And you walk out the store. Anytime, I'm here to help. And that's how we failed our kids, because we did know how to get involved. One parent ain't enough. You got to get other parents involved. That's when it's a concern. If you one parent make a complaint, that don't change nothing. He's a teacher. I'm going to go and complain about him. You know what they're going to look at? First of all, a couple of things they're going to do while you're talking. We're going to pull your kid's school record. We're going to find out how your kid's doing in the other classes. We're going to get back with you. Investigate. Let's put your kid effing up in every other class, your kid late, your kid playing, your kid getting rolled up. What's the problem? Here's the problem. My kid is, we already went through. When we call you back in, we done already did our numbers. We're looking at other classes, how they performing, so we can isolate. Then we're looking at how many other parents do we have making a complaint against the teacher? Only you and your kid. How about y'all go find another school? Now, when you right to tell the lie, the school system was against you. They covering up for him. You covering up for your sorry kid. They don't like that. They don't like that. That's why we get beat every time we get beat on education. And the only reason they beat us, because you didn't know. How many of y'all learning something right now? Nobody tells us. Nobody didn't tell us. Now you go there, what do they tell you? What you do? You don't question these people. These people give you a disciplinary. You do know they ask you to sign it. Why? Because they need your permission. Your signing is in agreements. You know what we do they hand on Sunday? Sign it, hype it, but we need y'all to sign this. That says consent. That means when you kick up and make a fool and you go to cut the food, you know what they did while you talk? Let's see it. Pull that slip. Oh, he signed this. Let him talk. Y'all don't know who y'all effing with up in here. Huh? Y'all finna put something on my son. Whole time, that's false. That's fine. We don't have to have, because we done got you to sign paperwork. You just consented to it. These people don't know. We didn't know that. Why you think they make you sign that disciplinary? Because you're in agreement with it. I need you to agree. I need you to agree. Nobody told us that. If they hand you something and say sign it, what you supposed to do? Well, come on, you're supposed to sign. That's common sense, ain't it? I don't know why, especially if I don't agree with it. Or you can sign and you can put on that, I don't agree. Let me tell you the difference even when you get arrested. It's a difference when you go to court and you admit you guilty versus they convict you of being guilty. It's hard to get a retrial when I admit I was guilty. What are we retrialing? What are we retrialing, Pastor? I pleaded guilty. Now unless we can find some circumstances where I was coerced into my confession, or we found I was beaten into my confession. But otherwise, I signed a confession of guilty. I want a retrial. You know what they get you to do when you sign? The judge want to hear you say it. They don't let you just sign because, you know, they cover their bases. I need you not. You say, well, no. I need you to admit to it too. See, all this hangs you later versus I'm not admitting to nothing. I can get a retrial. They scare you with time numbers. You wonder why white folks will fight it? Because they at least know they got a fighting chance they go back. Nigga look at, I gotta get that short term. That short term hurt you long term. See, nobody, did they tell us that? I'm gonna tell you, did they tell us that years ago? That if you sit and fight it and you don't admit to it, you have a better chance of a retrial. But because you came and admitted I'm guilty and you gave the plea deal and you stood and admitted for the judge, you know how you look when you come and say, I ain't guilty. You are a flat liar. You are a liar because you signed, yeah, I didn't know what I was doing. Here's another lie because you stood up and told the court you did. And yes, of course, you were duped because you didn't know your rights. When they took Yahushua to court, why y'all think he never answered them? Let me say, because everything you say can and will be held against you. Like when he said they could destroy the temple, he told them that they could tear that Mashkan down. I could put it back in 3 days. He was talking about their body. They said the man said he was going to tear it down. He never said he was going to tear it down. They was showing him the building. He said he could tear it down. He said in 3 years, I could build it back. But the book told, I was talking about me. I could put me back in 3 days. They said the man was around here talking about blowing the temple up, like September 11th. The accusation. And you know what he did? He never answered them. You know why? And you know what the problem was? You know when they convicted him? When he opened his mouth. When he opened his mouth and told him after this what they were going to see the building. Why they didn't convict him before that, boss? They had evidence and proof. People said it, witnesses. They couldn't get a conviction until he opened his mouth. The nigger is in the trouble he in because of his mouth. That's right. Nobody told us that these people use everything on us. Nobody told us that we being duped in all this stuff that we agree to. And so now the white man looks superior and the so-called Negro looks like an idiot.
You're not an idiot. You're not stupid. You just void of some information. Once you know, guess what? You change the playing field. Nobody told us that. You should be angry at all your Negro leaders, preachers, politicians, all these people, the educated. They don't sit down and tell us. They give them a curriculum too, and they stick with the curriculum. There's other things these kids need to know besides what's in that book. That book don't teach you life skills. Going to church, teach somebody about salvation don't teach you no life skill. What you gonna do? You go apply for a job, you need to pay, and you tell them folks Jesus wept. What? You hired. That ain't gonna help you get nowhere. You need life skills. It's too many different things working against you. Yahushua was smart. He surrounded himself around people with brains, intelligence. Huh? Had somebody sit here who knew about taxes and how things work. You know what we say? These dumb religious folk done been here too. First, pay your tax. Ain't paying no tax. That man made. Can't Yahushua buy their taxes? He started and said, listen, man, pay them taxes. You finna get him jammed up in a real bad case. Pay these folk their money. He was smart. You know, they said, see, you don't have to pay these crackers. You don't pay these crackers nothing. See, when you say, we the true Jews. Who were truer than Yahushua? Who were truer than Yahushua? Pay this tax today. He was smart. You got to learn how to navigate. That's I try to teach y'all how to navigate. A lot of remember liars. People just straight liars. Because they've been living a lie so long, in their mind, they think everything they be saying the truth. It's nothing but a lie. I can help y'all. I can help y'all. First thing we got to do, we got to repair our relationship with this man. That's why we so far off. That's why everybody look more superior to you. Because we got to repair our relationship. Ain't nothing going to work for us right till we repair our relationship. And you ain't going to be able to fix a relationship till you're honest. Only confess to what you know they know. And that's why you sit in the trouble you're in. Because you think you're smart if you only confess to what people know. That can work on some end, but you're dealing with Yahuwah, you got to come clean on everything. If you're going to be a better you got to stop being the old you. Reason why a lot of people not the better than them, because they the old you. Let me tell y'all got to sit right in here. They find fault with all of y'all. They ain't never confess none of their faults. Never fault. I watch folks. There's not a member here, I don't know him. They ain't never confess their fault. They know y'all faults. I tell you, it's sad. It's sad that people don't come real at some point realize when does change start. I say like, hey, with one of my most best enemies. I said, hey, when you gonna change? When you gonna start? He said, preacher, it starts today. He never tell me that. He said, change start. Don't he tell her that? When change start, Lee? Today. He ain't did it, but he know when it started though. One thing about it, he at least let her know when it starts. It starts today. He don't wait no time. He let me know the day it started. It ain't happened yet, but we still waiting on it. But at some point, y'all, we got to make changes for our future, for our survival. That's why we here. Our young people, they have no idea. The world they about to get released into a little bit, they think everything is played, in game, these phones, their friends at school. These not going to be your same friends when you get out of school. Right. It's going to be impossible to keep those relationships. At some point, you got to split. At some point, you got to start making decisions for yourself. It's good to look at, hang with your friend, do stuff. As time go on and you start looking at, you're going to lose less of parenting, giving you things, less of parenting, handling your business, and start releasing things in your hand, and you're going to realize when you get out here, you really don't have the capability to survive. You got book sense. Book sense don't let you survive. And then them books going to teach you how to survive, teach you how to work somebody's job if they even hire you. If what's going to kill you first start, you ain't even got no experience. So you finna get raped on the pay on the start off. By the time it's time to get the pay, it's time to start moving you somewhere because somebody else done came in newer. That's how they beat them every time. Every time they beat these people. These pilots, they got a trick for them too. You bring in a new pilot make $50,000 a year. Versus a senior pilot get $250,000. Who you think I'm trying to hire? Senior pilot? I need new pilot, young pilot, hungry pilot. By the time they start moving on up, I need new pilot, younger pilot, more innovative. You know, better training. All they do is keep cycling. These folks don't learn. That 30-year, 20-year stuff ain't finna work no more. These folks they lose too much money on you. That's why they moving contracts, start psyching them out. These kids thinking to try to set and hold a job. The biggest problem is the job ain't gonna be able to hold you. Robert Hood get ready to let go $22,000. That's a trading platform, $22,000. You know a lot of these companies ain't releasing their numbers yet, right? They don't even know they're holding their numbers. You know, they've been talking, how many of y'all was aware of that? They're not releasing the numbers yet. There's a lot of people here in the street. You know they're trying to keep? Panic. Because 22,000 people finna hit the street. 22,000 people you probably don't eat, do they? They probably don't buy clothes and shoes. Y'all think? They probably don't have credit cards and stuff, do they? What's going to happen with them payments? What's going to happen with them going out to eat? What's going to happen with their regular routine of grocery shopping and their regular routine of buying gas? They have to cut all that back. We don't need that. I can't do that. I got to cut back. What's going to happen with paying their house payment? See, once you get enough of them in the same zip code area not paying taxes, guess what happened to the people that's in that zip code? Taxes got to go up. They'll never lose. It's impossible for the state to lose a government. All I do is just raise your taxes. You still working, ain't you? How many of y'all work for Robin Hood? How many of y'all don't work for Robin Hood? Where do you get your new tax bill? Because once it hit them and they can't pay their mortgages and them houses had to start flipping, guess what else you had to have when you own a home? Who know what else? Insurance. So when I start doing my numbers and I got 22,000 and 10,000 of them people start paying insurance because they lose their house, how am I make up for their money? Probably got to ask the federal government to bail me out. What do? You didn't think about insurance? Oh, got to go make an increase. And typically when they make an increase, they don't just do it state, they do nationwide. Most of them don't know they do that. You know what they tell you calling about your, they say, well, what we, you need to hear that tap, put you on a quick hold. This is a nationwide increase. Nationwide. That's how we get beat. That's how we get beat. People hadn't taught us nothing. A lot of y'all, you just know just enough of what you know just to be in the little struggling hole you in. You don't know enough to get out in the hole. You'll think you know something. I never seen you do nothing. You don't know enough to do nothing. You know how to go to somebody's job and sit down and work. You don't know how to enter. You're not innovative. So I'm not impressed with none of your knowledge. You know how to go on the internet and you know how to apply for a job. That's what you know how to do and wait for somebody to hire you and call you back and interview you. I know how to do none of that. I know how to make my own way. Hello? Say, man, I'm not impressed with it. It looked good, though. You got a resume and you can shoot off to all these different people. By the time you do that, I've been made some money. I'm a go-getter. I'm a hustler. I can't wait on nobody to call me to tell me nothing. I got to keep moving. I just be honest with you. I can't wait on these folks to call me back and wait on anything. And I find out I'm in a pool. You know what's in a pool? Defecation. Called a cesspool. Yeah. I'm just being honest with you. A lot of people with these talent skills you got, think about this. What is your talent skill? What is actually your talent skill? Working for somebody doing something else. Nothing you can do for yourself. Don't you know they're finna get rid of these people? They're finna cycle you out. These are most of your people gonna be on the street home because you know they're gonna say, I can't find a job. I can find a hustle. I can hustle by the time you do all that. You gotta be able to do it. Think about it. College, y'all gonna be a trap for a lot of these kids. Because once you spend 4 years cycling your mind on trying to do that and you can't do that, what you gonna do then? See, some people innovate. They can train. You went to school for kinesiology. So you couldn't get a job in kinesiology, that you had to go homeless. That man picked straight back up, went back, grabbed something else, and ran and do something else. Learn how to do insurance too. I'm just using one person. You leave yourself trapped to one thing. You see how long you make it out here. Man, I'm trying to tell you, let me tell you something. Your Hoosier too, let me tell you something. That man needed a hustle when he was out here. That's why he can heal folk. You got to be able to, listen, I can tell you what's getting ready to happen that week. You got to be able to move. Listen, you hungry, I feed too. One hustle, he was none. On top, I saved. Everybody don't want to be saved there before hungry. Everybody ain't hungry, folks sick. Huh? Come on, man. Come on. The man know how to hustle. Why the man that come folks sick that say, I can't do it. I just came to save. I need another hustle. That hustle here going to play out. They got to wait 33 years if I start their business. I need something now. I'm in the now. Man can interpret. You got letters. Let me see. I can show you what it say. I can read handwriting. You got to be skill set. Let me tell you something. These groups on y'all got, bust them up. Bust them up. You ain't going to get none of these folks. You wasting time. I watch their face. Man, and they hurt now. They hurt. It hurt. I mean to hurt them. I know you don't know nothing. I ain't never seen you make a dime. That stuff don't impress me. You can read the whole encyclopedia. When you get through, how much money you got? I'm going to put mine inside yours. I can't read. I do just like 50 Cent went off on, he snapped and lost on Floyd Mayweather. Let him know, $700,000 if you can read one page of Harry Potter to whatever charity, that man showed him a check. I ain't got to read. Look at this. He done kill every rapper they got to tell him. He said, first of all, he said, these rappers, he said, these guys, he said, they rap about my life. This man showed cash in the house. This man will make $200 million. These rappers will never make no $200 million in no night. Never will happen. This man told these guys a rapper, he said, they rap about my life. This man making real money. This man buying real estate, doing stuff. That look real cute how smart you is and you put your glasses and do all your stuff. This man look at, I have real money. You think this man got hundreds, right there, billionaire, and you worry about a nigga who can read a book, who waiting to get paid next week? Man, keep your book. That's right. Y'all learn how to hustle. Yeah. He couldn't read and write. He was like, I got to fight. Yeah. Right. You got to be innovative. I'm trying to tell you, I got to be innovative. You ain't going to make it the way y'all go. It look cute. I know that. I know. Let me tell you something. Just stop it. I know you don't know nothing. Right. Just stop it. First thing to do is be real with yourself. Let's get saved. Let's get saved. Let's get right. These folks, it's an attack on us. Ain't nobody telling it's an attack. Whatever job you got, these folks, listen. They're slowly working to get us out. They're slowly working to get, and they know you got too much money investing in your education. You can't do nothing else. You really set yourself up. I got $80,000 in education, and this is all I know. I ain't trying to learn that. I'm trying to fight this debt. That's all I know. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my money back from that, and that's how you get you lost. It's kind of like folk do the Las Vegas. I done messed up and lost some money. Now I put some more money behind. You can't put good money behind bad money. Sometimes you got to cut it. I learned that from doing business. Sometimes, you say, I got to keep stringing along, try to get it back. And get what you learn. You ain't going to get it back. Cut it. It's going to cost me more money to keep running behind it. You got to be able to transition. You'll lose out here. Hello, I pray about stuff that's essential to me. I don't pray about stupid stuff. I'm being with y'all. I tell you a lie. I don't pray about money. I don't pray about it. That's your prayer. Amen. I don't pray about money. It's a waste of my time. Money's a tool. I know how to use it. You know how to spend it. That's a big difference. You go to work to earn money, spend money, and you can't get it back unless you work. I know how to get money, make money, and I do what I want to do. School's in session. Big difference. You get your paycheck, you spend your paycheck, you won't see no money you get your paycheck. Just not my testimony. I want to teach you how to use your head. You've been breaking your back. You've been killing yourself. Because that's what they taught us. I ain't trying to criticize. I'm just trying to awaken you to something. That's what they taught us. Yeah. What you do? As soon as you get your check, what you got to do? Run pay out your bill. And then what? Pray and wait on your next check. What if that check don't come? My mom done worked that. Could you afford to go 2 weeks without your check when you come? Could you afford to make a month off? What happened if you had missed a month of working? Sit down. Be out the door. That's what they taught us. Listen, this bad primitive they taught us, they never taught us now. I told y'all before, simple stuff, buying a house. Y'all get a house. Y'all got to pray a house, praise the house, love the house, kiss the house, pay the house off. White people ain't stupid like that. It's money in a house. You're only buying it because you're going to use it. That's how you're going to manipulate to move your way around. When that house increase, you take your money back. Listen, you buy a house, $100,000 house, okay? You pay that house out, you would have paid them people over $400,000. You proud of yourself. You paid a $100,000 house out. You paid over $400,000, almost $600,000 to pay that house out. And you paid off a $100,000 house. And what did you accomplish? You gave away another $400,000 or $500,000 free. And you think you smarter than me? You a dummy. You take that house, you use that house. That's a leveraging tool. Take your money out. You always take your money. I'm going to increase my note. You show you, you increase your note. Let's do your way, dummy. You keep paying, leave your note where it's at, and you had a comfortable 30-year paying out, and you've accomplished nothing. I take my house, I take money out of my house, I take that money and I put my money to work where my money can make up the difference I'm paying. And pay more of what I was paying. So where I was paying hypothetical $1,000 a month, I took money out, increased my note to $1,500. This is stupid, but what I took the money out to pay makes me over $1,500. Now I paid a $500 difference, and I could pay another $300 more on that. So I just reduced my payment down to $700. You extra smart dummy is still paying the same thing, and woe is me because I is dumb. Simple math. Now ask me, did they know that? They knew that too, didn't they? They know too much. I know you don't know what you're doing. because they're praying and scared. What if I lose my house? You're going to lose it anyway. You lost anyway. Anytime, dang, I got something for sale for $100,000. Give me $600,000. Does this sound logical to you? How logical you think these people are, they paying these notes in these houses, they getting absolutely nothing out of? That's how dumb they are. Because in their mind, they thinking they smart. Steady loser. How I let somebody, I'll tell you from the street. I'm going to sell you something for $100,000, right? Give me $600,000. Do this make business sense? That you're going to give me $600,000 for something, $100,000. They proud of themselves. I try to help y'all out. Y'all want to listen? Eric, listen. I tell you what, white people will own 3 houses by the time you pay off one. They will have manipulated the system, made them, because all the niggas know is to get a house and praise a house. Keep painting and keep washing it and keep cleaning, and the man you owe $600, he is so proud of you. I love y'all niggas. Keep it up and keep going. White folks get your house, they're going to turn your house, flip your house over, I don't know how many times, and make money and keep moving. You'll keep struggling because that's all they taught you. I'm here to teach you more than just how to get salvation. Salvation is good, but that's something you really looking to secure when you die and when you come back here. You think you finna die right now? So just say, how old are you now, sweetie? Your mama asking. 33? 32. So you live another 32 years, you get your salvation. And you stay struggling, usually broke, that's gonna help you out. That's something I gotta look for down the road. I need something now while I'm working to get to that point. They're going to tell me I work a job, 25 years, they're going to give me a Rolex watch. I need something along the way to secure me, to make me wait for a Rolex watch. I just started today, 25 years, and I get a Rolex watch. You think the Rolex watch is going to get me up coming? It's going to be some pay involved. It's going to be some benefits, some other stuff to keep me here for 25 years. I ain't going to stand for no watch. Because I'm smart, I could hustle and buy a watch before 25 years. Only idiot that sat there and wait for a watch for 25 years and done nothing but went to work and earned their check. Why I had to tell y'all that? Because I watch your faces. I know you don't know nothing. I know, they ain't all that. I watch something, they know everything. It's impossible to know everything. Who you think you are? Yahuwah, Yahushua, and me? I mean, Yahuwah, Yahushua. Yeah, that slipped the last one. No. I know a little something about everything, though. What's our most important thing? Let's secure our salvation. Salvation teaches us. We can learn from it. See, the only way they taught us to look at the book is only on salvation. See, white people take your book and look at it. It teaches you industry and business. He went to some men that were already working and taught them to establish their own. I can allow you, I can take you and give you information where you can do more than what you're doing. The average person want to broaden their right. It's the fear of, what if I lose? So let me get this right. If you just keep going to work every day, you can't lose. Who in here know somebody that went to work every day and still lost? That's your plan. So that fear of, this the thing though, it ain't feared you enough to stay with that plan though. Guess what they're afraid of? Breaking off, doing something else. I could lose. You know people who've been doing what you're doing that lost. Why they ain't scared you enough to stop doing that? I try to tell y'all, you got to surround yourself with people doing something, not people just talking about something. See, anybody can talk about, I know it comes, yeah. I'm not doing so stupid. I'm thinking about buying a spaceship. This practical? This practical? My car finna get repossessed in 10 minutes. And I'm having a conversation with you about buying a spaceship. In 10 minutes, they finna pull my car. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, probably me and my boys getting together, we're gonna buy a spaceship. You're an idiot. Listen, a lot of y'all, I watch y'all stay away from me. Don't come now, I'm gonna see you. Now you think, if I say I see you stay away from me, you run, you don't think I see, this is how done is. Come on, stand here, you pastor. You pastor, come to. No, tell them they gotta see me, I'm sorry, come on. They avoid me. People avoid me because I want to hold you responsible. And the thing you don't realize, I'm going to hold you responsible because you need to care about you. Stop letting everybody care about you more than you care about. There's nobody on this planet care more about me than me. I prove about what I do. Everybody want to know about other folk coming, what other folk. Other people don't owe you nothing. That's the end of the day. People don't owe you nothing. You have to make yourself available if you want to do something. You got to show yourself. I don't know. I try to tell y'all something. Listen, it's important because y'all trying to get something. Let me tell you something. How many of y'all know how to make $1 billion? Okay? Don't think about salvation. Because it's easier to make $1 billion than it is to get saved. It's all carnal. I know, you know what their mind said? He just saying it. No, I'm not just saying that. You can. They got it. If people out here got it. More people are billionaires now than ever been. More, you heard a person was a billionaire. Y'all remember, that was all the money in the world then to us. Oh, yeah. If you was a millionaire, you was a billionaire. There was no number. We didn't know numbers over being a millionaire. People tell them lie they want to. They wasn't even talking about no millionaire. Folks had millions, 100 million. That was billions to us. Now people you got a billionaire, you broke. They call you broke if you're a billionaire. So what are we? Non-existent. You see what I'm saying? Because listen, white people have the power to change the imagination. You thinking, if you had $1 billion years ago, I'm talking about back in the 1920s and back in do you understand? You had all the money in the world in the 80s. Well, I heard all the billionaires we knew back then from was Ted Turner. He had bought, seen all that. He was the biggest money man running around called a big. We know it was other, but they weren't even talking about. Now, who ain't a billionaire? They got folks like these just trillionaire. So without these folks got more money than most countries. White people change the game for themselves. You know, you can do the same thing too. See, this is where we lose out at. We get so focused on trying to meet their status quo, trying to meet their agenda, try to meet their light, that we don't realize we can create for ourselves. No one has to control your imagination. I just want a good job. We need to change your imagination. There was a lot of slaves. They thought that was a good job too. I'm not against employment. Please don't go and tell that lie and say I am. Because somebody heard what they want to hear. Please say if you work with somebody, you can't be saved. Your mama. I never said that. I'm just trying to change your imagination. That's all. Everything, they think, they teach the kids have imagination. Why you think these cartoons have to change? Because kids' imagination change. Huh? If you got kryptonite, I'm Superman. Come on, I'm Superman. What kills Superman? Kryptonite. Show me kryptonite. I'm the new Superman. That don't get me no more. You was a kid, you do that. Folks tag you, tell that tagger. No, you didn't. My imagination changed. You ain't touch me. What? You know you got touched. I know it's a kid's game, you good, but your imagination is limited to only what they give you. Don't be against imagination. Before a car came, you don't think somebody imagined an automobile doing that? A self-driving car. It just appeared out the mist. Somebody's imagination. How you think you got toy microwave? Somebody looked at the stove, take too long. I'm seeing I would like something that could cook quicker. All of your imagination are limited to him. All your superheroes are what he gave you. What superhero do you have that you made? He changed Green Hornet. He changed, what's the other, the fellow with the green ring? Green Lantern. From black originally to he white. Cause white, yeah, he was black. You got the white, listen, mama, how he white? My imagination changed. Everybody in Africa was black. Now you white. My imagination changed. You are limited because of the way you think. Even the book of your code said you have not. Wow. You don't even know what to ask for. You don't ask for what you see other people with and what you think you should have based off of what he tells you. Based off of your social climate and your social groups. And they hurt y'all. I watch it. Your groups hurt you. You can't think no further than that. Man, I've been trapped in that box, and I know it'll beat you up. And now they'll make you battle. You know what? What you want? Salvation or riches? Come on, let's stop being stupid. Who's going to say riches? The devil wouldn't even say riches. Everybody going to say salvation. They make it seem as though you can't accomplish a life and be saved. Saved means you have no fun. Humanly, breathless, nothing. That's crazy. When it's the man's pleasure to give me the miracle? That's where we've been. All I want to do is just kind of break that psychosis. Break that mindset. Our kids need a better future. Some of y'all so dead, you're dead to your kid. Just dead spirit, just dead life. Why you dead? What you got of it being dead, miserable? Some people, misery, they pass it on. What do you got being miserable all the time? Hateful. What do you get out of it? Whew, this life. Need to get what you can get out of it. Make sure you get saved, and make sure you're ready when the man come back here. That's all I try to do. Y'all got it? I ain't interested in obtaining all the money in the world, because anything you get always comes with responsibility. I'm just being honest. They try to teach all that even with Spider-Man. How many of my kids see Spider-Man? I'm talking the movie Spider-Man. Remember Spider? I think it was with Dr. Ock. When you tell them with much power or something, it comes responsibility with it. Anything you get, responsibility. Like this right here, a lot of things is responsibility. Your obligations, what you got to do. That's why a lot of people won't be saved. They can't be obligated. They got other obligations. They got other agendas on mind. They got other things they got to do, and they impede on. It's stuff you got to get rid of. You got to change how you think, how you look at stuff. You got to be able to adjust, transition. A lot of people can't do it. That's why a lot of people stay stagnated, and they'll keep you stagnated too. You can put the dress and put the wrap, you can put the pants, you can put the long sleeve, put it on. But don't that change in him, really, you can take all that out. It's invisible anyway. Y'all got it? He's acknowledging a behavior. Y'all got his mind and race. What he's trying to get me to do is above what other people do. He wants you to do something above other people. How you going to do that when your imagination is limited? What you got to be able to do, resist until he get back here. You got to be able to imagine yourself doing this. That's why some of them faint. Because you can see it, nobody can move you from it. I already know they can't see it. That's why they quit. That's why you do what you do, because you can't see it. You looking to try to look through somebody else's eyes. You got to be able to see this through your own eyes. That's just being honest. You got to see yourself doing it. Stop sitting around making a fool out yourself trying to use somebody else's eye to see them. You got to be able to see it for yourself. How many of y'all saw yourself going to hell? How many of y'all saw yourself not making it? Then why you can't see yourself making it? And that's because of how you surround and what you were doing. Isn't that right? It was visible. Everything you did, the actions, your ideas, all wound up to where? Let's change your action. Let's change your ideas so we change the vision. Don't try to change the vision. You don't change the narrative. That's stupid. You know what? I'm going to start seeing myself going to hell, start seeing myself being down, but everything I'm doing equates to it. So then I live a lie. I envision a lie. I encompass a lie. See, everything you do is a reality. You can do it. You have the right, the ability to change how you see things. You can't make me see stuff the way you want to see it. Y'all got it? I got to believe that same thing. Hello? You got to want to. One thing Yahushua didn't do is force on people to get healing. He didn't go around somebody sick and touch on them. So I ain't want to be here. I want to stay sick. He asked, did you want to? Is this something you want? Why would he ask the man want to be? Why he just didn't heal the man? I ain't got to ask. Who wouldn't want to be healed? Because he realized this might be something you don't want. Do you want to be made whole? Do you want to be made whole? See? Even a lot of people ain't here for the same reason. I mean, my family here, this is what I know I've been coming from. There ain't no reason to stay. There's really not a reason to stay. Because you're here, you need to really consider why you're here. Constantly, periodically, you need to go over what's your real needs. Is that your real needs? You know what I ain't going to do? Go to the store, push my button, and let somebody put stuff in my bucket. I'm going to get pissed. Don't put that in my bucket. I don't want it. But you need it. That's what you're saying. I don't need that. I don't want it. I don't even use it. Start letting people put stuff in your mind about what you need to do when that's not something you actually know you have a need for. Consider, are you here because this is something you want to do? Or, I've been doing it so long, I don't know. That's scary. You should be questioning. You should be asking yourself, why are you doing it? I know why I'm here. I know why I'm doing it. Had nothing to do with my family. Got something to do with me. Got something to do, I'm sure about it too. I ain't gonna tell y'all no lie. I don't be rolling through no bed telling me, I don't know. I don't know, really, do I want to do it? I know I want to do it. Do things come in my mind? I don't want to scare you off with that, because somebody say, oh, come, let me be practical, let me be real with you. Things come in my mind, things come up, I consider. I know that's where I want to be. I ain't gonna tell you that a lot now, because somebody heard what they want to say, see, that's what wrong with me. Preacher said nothing don't never come to their mind. Your mama, she come in my mind all the time. Anytime something stupid come up, I know it come from you, your mama come up. I don't know why it didn't come from your mama. Because I got to break that monotony. I will be telling you a lot. People told me stuff, you thinking, Man, don't nothing come in your mind? Nothing but the word. That's retarded. That's retarded. Don't let nobody tell you no lies. Other stuff come up. Things come up to challenge what I know. Things come up to challenge me to try to get me to stop resisting. It's going to use other people. It's going to use other incidents, other ideas. I stay planted. That shows my stability. The fact that I don't. Yahushua will try it and test it on everything he loves. Everything he loves. We ain't saying, I want to get your sandals. Wait a minute, I'm not worried about no sandals. I'm going to be barefoot in a little bit. They worked on things he wanted, things he imagined, things he desired, and it's going to work on you the same way. And it's going to use things, and he's going to use things that's going to look like it's really not a bad thing. It's really not. If you're hungry, what's a bad thing about you eating? Absolutely not. You do it all the time. That's what I'm saying. Like cool. What if he told you not to eat? But what if I die? This could be a test. See, he's going to try to work on how you ration things. What's your rationality behind you doing things? And when you don't get it secure on why you're doing things, you'll give in just like her. Really didn't make sense not to eat it. It really didn't. It was just really, when I think about it, it really wasn't. That's why she did it. If you don't get consistent on what you're doing and change what you're doing, you're going to be that same person. What he tells you to do, it's going to look like, but really you don't see nothing wrong with not doing it. You don't see something wrong with, really see nothing wrong with impeding it because it's really not harmful. And it could be the very thing come to your demise. See, Shaul declared how we were not ignorant of Satan's devices, lest he take advantage of us. And that just show you how easy, how quick you can get taken. A lot of us done signed in, committed to some bad deal because we were ignorant. We didn't know. We have to learn and be cautious about things. Y'all got it? We got to make sure we're adamant about his knowledge because there are things we're unaware of and you won't find out until the damage done. That's when it's bad. Hello? You don't want to go to the doctor and find you got something that use words like irreversible. What that mean? It's a chance I can be saved? Irreversible? You know English, right? They tell me it's irreversible. Pray hard. I should be able to get out of it. Probably 2 weeks I heal up. They tell me I got something that's irreversible. You know what irreversible means? No, that's just about got that. And that could be your sentence when it come down to moot. I'm talking about the second moot, irreversible. So you do things, I won't call it premature, but you do things early in advance to try to make sure you avoid those type of sentences by checking certain things, by being alert to certain things, by watching certain things. Y'all got being mindful of certain things. And when you don't, you wind up getting an irreversible charge. Like you going to Sheol. You don't want to go to Sheol, irreversible. Not changing it. Simply because you won't change. I told y'all before, people, I hate it. Hated. I use hated, ED. People, I was a heart no more than to see burn. I moved from that. He made me consider myself. Could things they done to me be any worse than I did to him? Could there be any violation that been done to me that could be any worse than I did to him or to his Torah? And I'm going to tell you what I started to come to knowledge and realize. You know, in our minds, we'll think in ourselves of how adamant we got to be about it, and it's just, I don't see it, and guess what you don't see? You don't see yourself being saved, and it makes sense. It actually makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Time means sense that you would have to forgive him. How else would I understand what position he would put in? Because you know what they look like? How if you just did everything bad in the world, I forgave you. See how easy that was? Versus, I wrestled and I struggled with forgiving you. We were actually in a situation where I was not going to forgive you. But because of this man, because of what he did, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to based upon you actually turning from it and giving you that chance. That's what he did for me. So I see, and I want my salvation more than I want to see somebody else cut off. That's the option. Ain't nobody did nothing to me I can't forgive them for. It make perfect sense to me. My salvation over you burning. Not even a chance. It ain't worth it. I forgive them. I forgive them. They're not a word. I'm asking, this is what he did for me, and I understand that's not an easy thing to just wipe away and move away from, but I can assure you, I'm too. I don't wrestle. I ain't turning through my bed. I ain't asking him how. I ain't asking him why. I really ain't got the time. It's everything I can do to make sure I got this thing right. That's just being honest with everybody. You can hold it, you can keep it. You gonna burn anyway. You'll be with them too. And the same thing you ish out, you ought to get. I ain't saying people ain't wrong. Let him handle it. We never really understood what's actually been involved to get us to that point. All we've been looking at, we confess, we believe, we say. That man was adamant about us forgiving folks and letting it go, moving on from it. And he knew it's something that hurt us. He knew it's some of the worst stuff ever we had to deal with. But he also knew you need to let me deal with it, and I need you to understand how I felt. It wasn't easy forgiving you. You think it was easy forgiving me? I couldn't even forgive me off the rip. And he could just, your sins are gone. Forgiven. No more. No. I struggled about it. I struggled about it. I had to see you through somebody else's eyes. The only reason I could forgive them, y'all know why? I could see them through my eyes. I shouldn't have been forgiven. I shouldn't have been forgiven. Should never get it. Shouldn't have it. Anybody shouldn't ever be forgiven, ought to be me. Then if that's the case, how you can't forgive nobody? We've been wrong. Because every one of us, our situation different. I done wrong, but you know what? I can tell you what though, I ain't nothing like them. How many of y'all got that testimony? I ain't nothing like them now. I ain't nothing like them now. I did wrong, I'll be honest, I did. But I ain't did what they did. How many of y'all ain't did what they did? And you know what the man said? All unrighteousness is sin. So while we trying to weigh them and play them and see which one makes sense and which one is worse than the other one, he's trying to figure out, wow, that's tight. And what you want from me again? Blot out all of my kata and all my sins and my transgression, and hold who's? The other people. Wow, you the other people. How about somebody prayed that for you? It's two when you who will hear you, and it's two sometimes when he don't. Even the book told us, don't be rash with your mouth. Because Elohim is in Shamayim and you upon the arise. And therefore, you need to be careful what come out your mouth. Because I got that same palal against you. That same thing you want, I assure you, I got it against you. I got an ought against you. And I don't want to forgive you for nothing. But I got to look at this man. Who said, I got to look at this man. That's the only thing keep me from killing you. I got to look at this man. That's the only way he can see you, through somebody else's eyes. Once you look at those people you hate, the people you hold stuff at, and once you look at them through your eyes, is that what you want for you? The person that, how many of y'all in here ain't never wronged nobody? Wow, that's tight. Y'all need more time? How many of y'all ain't never did nothing wrong to nobody? Never manipulated, never shorted nobody, never did nothing against nobody. Where y'all at him? Because my hand ain't up. What if these people pull out that same thing for you? What if he hears them? What if he hears them? Where would you be? Then let's consider ourselves. Let's consider ourselves. And that's a small thing. For eternal life, it's a small thing. See, this is what we learn, and this is what I'm learning. This is what I'm coming to knowledge of. It takes time, and sometimes he'll let you run just far enough, give you just enough rope that you realize, I see now. You just got to hit the right wall. You got to stumble over the right blocks so you come and realize them. What I look for against other people should have been happening to me. I got some people say they'll never forgive me before him, but I changed. They still a hold that. I ain't that person.
So should their prayer be answered because of what I did then? What if Yahuwah gave them space? Gave you space. After 20, 30, 40, 50 years, whatever it took, if they're still living, how we know he don't give them space? But make no mistake, Yahuwah going to reward everybody. Whether it's tuba rasha. We just can't afford for what we want for somebody else. We palauing and we coming and we getting taught so we can avoid Sheol. What if there is a palau or a prayer that went up to make sure we don't get it? Just withdraw our sentences. Withdraw our sentences against other people. Because I don't want that sentence to be against me. I don't want that sentence to be against me. Want the same thing for somebody else. That's all. Y'all all right? Y'all look a little like you might be thinking. All right, we'll get ready to sound the Katos Sarah. All right. All right, look at this and see what thus say Mr. Yahuwah. How about that? Had some gentleman call me and he left the number and he called him back. He want to waste more time arguing. He want to try to learn. I don't know why everybody called and want to try to teach me. I told him you're welcome to come, though. I said, you're more than welcome to come up here. I said, I'll let you explain your side, too. Won't take long to destroy it. He said, I don't even call chapter and verse no more. Can y'all imagine that? I done got so far, you don't call chapter and verse. So I used to call it out, chapter and verse. I stopped it. I said, yeah, that's where you at. He said, what language you speak? I said, what you mean? What I got to English. That's what it wrote. You supposed to speak English. I said, here we go again with something stupid. That's what you're supposed to do. I said, I also speak a little Spanish, too. All right, some French. I said, como talibou? I said, speak a little French. You going to hold me to English? But you know what his ignorance was? I didn't argue with it. The ignorance of our people is the ignorance we all had. See, when the King James perversion ties you into, it limits your horizon to think. Because when I came along, I would have thought the same thing. If you want to argue with it, let's talk about the Bible. The Bible. The problem you got, the Bible, as they call it, the King James Version, is not the authoritarian on the religion. You know what I'm saying? It's really not. It is for Christianity because it's a made-up religion. I'm not a Christian, so I'm going to be the wrong person to have your argument with because I don't believe what you believe it for. I use all three of these versions to show you the inaccuracies of them. And yet people don't want to know the truth, but guess what? Responsibility comes in. He knows responsibility. He got to look at, I got to leave what I'm doing. I got to stop doing what I'm doing. I got to change this. I got to start doing this. So it's easy to stay with something he's hoping to be right, and you're going to die on that? Even with us, we're examining all these different courses. We're going through to look at them to make sure it's that serious. It's your soul. And I would want to put everything I have in something that we clearly can see the inaccuracies in it and say, this is infallible, incapable of error. That's a complete lie. The King James perversion is not infallible. It has a lot of errors in it. All we're trying to do, take the defect, just like us, okay? We had defects in us. Are we getting rid of our whole self? What are we doing? Getting rid of the inaccuracy. That's all we're trying to do. I'm not saying throw everything away. I hadn't thrown away. Let's just go and correct the inaccuracy. Just like with ourselves. The way I thought, the way I saw things, the way I seen things. Now, guess what? When you find out it's not right, what I do? Take my eyes and throw them away? No, I get rid of the blurred vision. Get corrective lenses. Whatever it takes to get to what's truth. First thing they look at, if you said something wrong to King, because this is what people mind at. Everybody got to start just really just thinking about what you're trying to do. I ain't trying to make nobody, any of y'all here, any of y'all on the, cut your internet off. Don't listen. Go somewhere else. This ain't what you want to do. Don't let nobody make you do something. Don't do it.
Nobody making me do this. I'm one of the few people, I don't watch it, but do I not source the information? Or I just get up here and start talking, start shaking by spirit? You can see it. I can't tell you something you saying. Look and say, that didn't say that. What is he talking about? You can see it versus everything that's been told in the Christian church, somebody told them. Although they go back to the old stuff I was teaching as a Christian, or when I even first converted and look at things, then we learned the book is not accurate. So we're just trying to source to find out where did this information come from, so we can see where did he veer, where did the writers veer at. And going back through the Greeks, the Latin, and then looking at the King James version, we still got to get back to where things were actually sourced from. Because now we're dealing with other people, their words, they feel like this is the most common, or this is the most accurate word I have for your word. And then you'll find there are no words for some words we use, not in another language. So now they had to fabricate a word. It's impossible that there is a Greek word, a Latin word, and an English word for every word we got. That is a complete lie. Am I making this up? So now what they'll do, and this is what screws us up, I have to use an English word. Since I speak English, say you speak Abari. I don't have a word for your word. Now I'm going to have to take a word that I'm not going to go get a word, Daniel, and create a word and make the definition so this will be the word in my English language that is the exact your word. I'm going to go get a word I got that sounds close enough. So now when somebody reads that word and know the definition of that English word is nowhere near what I actually said. Now you're going to go on thinking, I'm right because I'm doing what the book say. I'm saying what the book say. Only problem with your book, Daniel, there are words that you have. I'm just using for example. I know you don't. There are words you're using, Daniel. I don't even have that word. Your meaning for that word is nowhere near encompassed to my word. And so this is how they made a fool out of us. When your Bible is in English, the real language is Hebrew, another made up word. Well, see, I ain't worried about, English, all I got is just the English word or your word. You have a lie. Too many words, they don't even equate to the same word. There are words that they're saying, this is the only word I have near it. And because it's the only word you have near it, it still don't make it right. But in order for white people, the translator to cover themselves, they just gave you something. So now this is something we're learning. We never knew that. We were thinking, if you're a translator, if you go say, and you're the translator, you're supposed to tell her what I said in English. And it's supposed to come out to say the same thing I said in my language. Only problem is, you don't have a word for every word I use. And in order for you to do that, Carrie, first of all, you will have to know every one of my words. That ain't all you got to know. You got to know how the vocabulary comes into play. These people, even with people trying to translate, you can't just translate because you learn words. You have to learn how the word is structured. Certain words, when they're produced, certain lettering put by other words, give a different sound. So you have to learn that, learn the discipline. Whenever y'all see they have them spelling bees, when they give a word to a kid, they'll say the origin of the word. That makes a difference on the way you enunciate it. The people on this stage are English speakers. They're not stupid. What's the origin of the word? Because the origin of the word, that means I know the language, I understand the vocabulary, how it's structured, how it comes up. Like, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's how you learn what words are, how they enunciate it, because you know the sounds of the letters. So they need to know the origin. The origin allows them to go back to realize what the word intended so they can come up with the spelling of it. These people trying to call themselves teachers of our language. They don't even know the language. It's impossible. They hadn't studied culture. There are things culturally you have to know. Y'all got what I'm saying? That's how you can condemn certain things, because culturally that's not something we do. Certain words don't fit because it's not in our culture. They spend too much time with books. All they got is what these people tell them. Life has a way of teaching you things. In life, you just come to grips with things and just realize something. It's impossible. You'll get white people that write books about black people. Read the book. It'd be so inaccurate. It'd be about some people, I don't know who these people where you got this information from. That's not true. Oh, yes, it is. It's right here in the book. I'm telling you, that's not true. I don't know who told you that. I don't know who you talked with, but that's not true for a majority. That's how they'll come up with numbers. They'll tell about how many of us are pregnant, how many of us are out of wedlock. Did you talk to everyone else to know that? Did you talk to even a large number of us? Sometimes if you get a large enough number, you can get a conclusion. You hadn't even talked to a large number. You tell me you took 100 niggas and you came up with everything about us. 100 people can give you enough information about all of us. What is it, 200 of us? 200, what, 115? Then you could probably come with some conclusion. It's too many of us to come up with a conclusion based off of 100 people. How many of y'all played Family Feud on TV? I'm trying to play it, watch the TV, you try to get it. Those answers are based off some people that they picked up, and then they give you a percentile. They did not use 100 people off of those questions. They might have took 10 people, and 7 of them gave it, so you can tell them 7% of people say, based off of 10 people. Oh, I ain't know that. Because you're not in the same demographic. The 10 people they took are northerners, you're a southerner. They have a different culture. They have a different dialect. So now you're sitting here trying to answer some questions based on some people of a different dialect. That's economic status, live in different neighborhoods, different education status quo, and your dummy self barely skated out, and you upset and confused how you couldn't answer them questions. And they think they right because they said it up down. Now you're going to go tell your friend now, Dan, what you think number one question is? Shut up, you idiot. That means something 10 people they don't ask, I ain't even got the same demographics, same economic status, same education status. And you sit here wasting your time. How many of y'all thinking now? That's how, and guess what? I know I'm smart, I answer some of them questions. So you the 11th dummy. They ask 10, you know 11 now. Don't let these people make you think you're stupid. All they game, they come up, 80% of it. So when I hear 80%, what's the first number I'm thinking? If it's 80% of people, what's the number in my mind I'm thinking people they asked? 10? I might be thinking thousands. The Gallup poll showed 46% of Americans. How many people you talk to? Okay, 40% of Americans. Y'all hear that number? 40, or say 46% of Americans. Do you understand America is over 380 million people? So if I'm hearing 46%, how many people I'm thinking that you talk to? How many? 1,200 people? They have 46% of 380. Hold on, huh? Yeah. He's saying statistically, all you need is 1,200. See, y'all know what he just told y'all. That's how dumb the system is. Listen to the word they use, statistically. That's how they cover themselves. If you tell me 40% of 380 people is the number I got, because you said Americans. I'm saying, that's how we're thinking. I can't do that on no test. If they ask me 46, you teach math. If I give you ask me, hold on, so 40%, 46% of 380 is 1,200. You want to give me, statistically, teacher, what number am I going to have to give him? 40% of 380. See how they play us, though? Why can't I put 1,200 and say, statistically, if you use 1,200 people, that is 46% of 380. That is not a mathematical equation. Rules change whenever, I'm not crazy, I'm just showing how rules change whenever they do something. Because they give you numbers, you say, man, 46% of people hate this man. 46% of people don't even know who he is. And some people don't even get involved with politics. You'd be surprised how many people you talk to. You say you still have a news, they say I don't watch the news. Do y'all notice a lot of people don't even have TVs in their house? They say I don't put them in my house, they're idiot boxes. If people got in their house, they don't even cut them on. They say I don't even cut them on. Tell them to give you those numbers. They'll take 10, they'll take 20, they'll take 30, 50 people, and they'll do 40% of those people and say, because first, are you an American? That's how you justify yourself. I never gave you the total number. You know the number, supposedly what some of them think, if people think it's 5 billion people in America. That's just how dumb people are. They just really don't know how to count. But anyway, so when they're hearing 46%, they're looking at a larger scale number based upon the way they gave it to you. You see what I'm saying? They do manipulation. That's a math manipulation. There's no way I can put 46% of 380 is 1,200. They're going to front. You taught math in college, didn't you? I can put that on the paper. But see how they manipulate. Now when you come back, statistically, Dwayne, now I throw him, he got things statistically. How does statistically? See what I'm saying? This is how they get you and buy you into their wrong equations. Okay. Trying to help y'all out. I know y'all don't want to know it. These people know, these people use a lot of manipulation on us, though. A lot of manipulation is used on us. That's why they use math, because you can manipulate numbers.
Yeah.
After they get you from 1 + 1 is 2, there's no way to manipulate it. They start moving you into other stuff equations, you can manipulate it. It's argumentative. Then you start moving into formulas. Anything can be manipulated. They manipulate words. Whenever they want to, everything they give you, they ain't give you nothing they can't manipulate. Because you know they make sure you ain't going to never trap them. Low outcome. This is Romans 15:4. Through the help of Yahushua HaMashiach and Yahuwah. Y'all know what we're doing. The Dewey Rim, King James. I don't know why nobody said I stopped using it, call it chapter and verse. It's just when they don't hear what they could commonly hear, right. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Chronicles, they study. And I always tell people what the name of the book is. Do I not? I never say these book names without calling them, but just show you when you want to find something to justify your idiocy, you're going to find it. Because you're not listening. I said, are you listening with the intent to know? People listen with the intent to criticize because they don't want accountability. But at least I got you listening. All right, Romans 15:4. This is the Dewey Rum. This is the Latin. Listen, the translation of the Latin. Come on.
For whatever Nikatab before.
For whatever was written before.
Nikatab for our Lamed.
Yeah, I'll make sure they understood it too. They smart. They taking their time, huh? They say, he ain't gonna cut us down. My kid's smart. That's right. I want to be a thinker. Because I want y'all to know, even in school, when y'all get in there, when you start to holler out something, you want to know how to defend. Yeah. Defend. Y'all got it. That's defend. That's what you want to teach them. Defend. Let me show you something. Borrow for a second. Hypothetically, you hear me. All right, hypothetically, hear me. He keep hitting me. He keep hitting me. What y'all going to tell me, my parent? What you going to tell me? Defend yourself. Block it. Stop it. That's what you're doing. Learn how to defend. So that's good. So what I'm telling you, when you come out with an answer, I want them to learn how to defend it. All right? Or defend against opposition when it come back at them. Y'all got what I'm saying? That's what we want to teach you how to do. We don't want you to teach and shoot something out of your mouth. I want you to know how to defend it. Y'all got it? Hello? That's what I'm telling you. That's what weapons for. What I'm telling y'all currently is what people do naturally in a fight. You defend yourself. You have a right to defend yourself, right? Well, the book gives you a right by the information. So when people come and question you out about it, to teach the show another, what are you saying? What's the difference? So you can't defend. So you stand there kind of like I will with Cam, just getting hit. Just get hit because you don't know how to defend. I want to teach you how to defend your answer. Y'all got it? How to defend and know what you're saying. When somebody come up, put up a defense. Okay? They try to tell you, look, humble. You can be humble, but you still got to know how to defend. Okay? That's what they teach you, even martial art. Martial art don't teach you typically how to be aggressive. It teaches you how to defend. That's the wrong need. That's the wrong reason. A lot of folks, I'm going to put my kid in karate so he can fight. See, that's your first wrong. That's your first rule of thumb. You don't teach them that. You teach them so they learn how to defend themselves. Mm-hmm. See, the conversation shoot them in the foot off the rip. Teach them. I'm gonna teach them how to fight. A lot of times you'll watch a lot of them are not always aggressors. They let them come to them, and they learn how to fight the aggression. So you can run into the wrong person. No. You ran into the wrong one. So a lot of times what you're teaching them is how to. So now everybody get taught how to defend, and I'm not making an aggression. When you gonna fight?
Not.
But if I'm teaching aggression, then I'm always gonna be the person provoking versus the person being provoked. Y'all got it? All these things you got to pay attention, you got to learn. This is why we're losing. We're losing on every end, people. Come on.
That we through endurance.
That's right. Going through without giving way. And?
Nakum.
I heard out there, they holler, prize. It's actually consolation. Console. That's right, to console. Let's see what the word console is. Probably can fall under soothe. Just like how many of my young people ever like hurt their leg or hurt their arm before? Anybody heard something? And you typically how you would nurse it. You ever did that? Maybe rub it or hold it or put something on it. That kind of be soothing, kind of, you know what I'm saying? You kind of giving some consolation to it. You trying to kind of make it feel better about the situation. What I fell and hit it, somebody else ran into it, or hit me in the eye, or whatever happened. You're doing something to kind of console it, or trying to console it. That's the same thing we want to look at now. Console. Comfort someone at a time of grief or
Disappointment.
and we use the scripture. My young people, y'all understand that now? Because I think Jordan said console, didn't you? So you don't want y'all to understand it, so you want to be able to defend that now. Now, when you have the knowledge, you can defend that when you say it or when you hear it. You got it comes at you, you know what it means. Okay? We know it means to comfort. That's what Nakum is for us. So there's got to be comfort in the writings. Y'all got it? That's your comfort. Sometimes I be going through and I just be praying, that's not what it tells you. Actually, the scripture was used for it. That's why people don't get the results. You know what I'm saying? Time I be going through, man, I be hurt there, I just be singing. But then why did he tell me that's what the ketamine was for? Now we said, but ain't that spiritual? Yeah, but you're using it in the wrong aspect. Now we'll look at a word like apt. Y'all got apt. Y'all familiar with that, APT? It means fitting. If you're going, let's say, boss, you hurt, you going through, you just broke your leg, hypothetically. I'm going to sing to it. Oh, Lord. But I mean, it's good to call on the Lord and sing it, ain't that right? Give him tahaleen. That's not apt. It's not fitting. So that's why a lot of times we'll think that we getting it. You know, that's when you're supposed to start meditating when you hurt. Just be meditating. You know what I'm saying? See, all that we know is meditation wrong. But is it fitting if you going through it and trying to endure? Nakum, comfort. He gave us Nakum, and it's going to be what? The writings. See, that's why we don't get the proper result, because you're using it wrong. Y'all got it? Because you're not using it correctly. And that's why your faults, and then you know what you're going to blame it on? I know it wasn't right. How about your methods wasn't right? Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Just see, we coming to console, third person, comfort at a time of, or I was looking for something to go my way and didn't go that way. I'm going to sing a song. Keep on falling down. Sing about the rain. What did he give me? The writings. I need to go back to the writings. See, that's what goes. But sometimes you don't feel like, what you do when you don't feel like reading? Well, stay hurt, nigga. You don't have an alternative other than you're not using what I told you. A lot of times we felt, I felt at times, I'm sure others have felt at times, that you should have gotten some results from some things. But the reason you didn't get the result because you didn't use it properly. Isn't that right? Or you use it incorrectly, so you can't look for the same result that you look at other people in the writings got. That's why he sent us back to say, I'm going to tell you, first of all, why I wrote it, whatever it was I wrote, okay? It was only written to teach you, okay? So that as you're going through, I made sure you have some consolation so you wouldn't quit, all right? Something to soothe you, you know what I'm saying? Something to make up for the grief as you're going through this, right? And all that comes back through the writings. So it's teaching me how important it is when I'm looking. So there's a validity I give to the writing. The problem we got here, we don't give it no validity. It's some people here study, they tell me, I won't pay them no attention. They have no validity. It's all just a joke. When it comes to the word, that's not what you want to do to it. You got it? I understand why it was written, and I know how to use it. Y'all got what I'm saying? And the reason why we're in the situation we're in, because we hadn't used it properly. Nobody sat down and explained it to us like that. I mean, when you hurt, anybody know, sit down and cry. Crying will get it sometime. Like I said, it's my part. I can cry if I want to. But when he said going through without giving way, come on, man, I'm feeling like it's hurting me. I'm disappointed. That's enough for me to stop, isn't it? So he said, go back to the writing. Go back to the writing. I set it up for you. I knew you were going to get disappointed. I knew you were going to deal with some grief, loss of someone. I knew it was going to happen. I set this up for you. And the reason why we're in a mess, because we didn't know how to use it. It's like people, parents died, leave them insurance or left them stuff. First thing they do, they got to F it up. Because guess why? They left it to them. Nobody told them how to use it. They weren't broken up into like, at this age, get this amount of money. This age, this amount of money come. At this age, you get the full amount. This need to be accomplished first. You need to do this. You need to follow this. These are mandates set. We just left it to you. And now it didn't do me no good. What they love me didn't help me out. It because you didn't know how to properly use it. So our goal, or Mr. Yahuwah's goal from his idea is to make sure we know how to use it so you can get the full benefit. Got it? That's the reason why it ain't the word didn't work. We just didn't know how to get the benefit from it. So that's what we're looking at. We're saying comfort, okay? Solace, other similar words they use. All right, come on. So every word written was written for our
Lamed.
teachers, show us, and instruct us that through
Endurance.
going through without giving away, and the comfort of it, the consoling of it. Isn't that right? So either way, he know me. I was a big quitter. So you got to give me something to keep me from quitting. It don't make sense to pull me over here and don't think I ain't going to quit. That's what I know better, quitting. So when I get pissed, I'm done. I'm through with it. So I need this. He knew that. He knew what type of person he was getting over here. I ain't going to keep going through. I ain't going to do it. It don't make sense. So I need to make sure he got Nakum. I need to make sure he understands the writing so he don't give in to what he used to do. The reason why we go back to what we used to do all the time, because we don't know anything different. Till you know something different, what you going to go to? What you going to use? We're going to use what you know. That's why it's important to make sure we got the right information. So when it's used correctly, guess what happened? Then you get the benefit, right? Just like with Daud, he knew how to use Yahuwah. He got the benefit. Shaul and them, they learned how to use armor. And they were losing, right? Because they didn't know how to use Yahuwah. So they couldn't get the benefit. We need to get the benefit. We don't want to just sit around and be going over words, reciting stuff. We need the benefit. That's what we're here for. But we have to, oh, give me a blessing. That means something good. Isn't that right? Oh, Lord, come on. Boy, I tell you what, boy, get a blessing. What was a blessing? What is a blessing? What do we know? What was our idea what a blessing was? Yeah, that's a blessing. That's all we know. That's it. That's it. Roof over here, food in my mouth. That's a blessing. Verse, I understand. How about this, Boston? And what is the name? You named something? I'm sorry. Clothes on my back. That's a blessing. Shoes. That's a blessing. Shoes on my feet. That's a blessing. How about if we understand this way? It's a benefit. A benefit. Just like you got a job, and you got a job. You got insurance. That's a benefit. You got can I get that and I don't work there? Oh, goodness. You got days off with pay? That's a benefit. Can I get that and I don't work there? Guess what I want, Boston? Insurance, days off with pay. That don't come with doing the work for that job. That's a benefit. That's what a barak is. It's a benefit. So I understand why. What we're saying, roof over my head, clothes on my back, shoes on my feet. I understand why. That's part of the benefits. See, that's the benefit package of serving him. First, it's a blessing. What's a blessing? Food in my mouth, shoes on my feet, clothes on my back. What is that? It's a blessing. So you don't know. I understand what a benefit is. That goes with serving him. Y'all got that? That goes with being connected to him. Baraka me with. You understand? You want that? Those are benefits. Guess who those go to? People that work for me. People that do my will. Just like his job. They don't get, can anybody just walk in the grass so that they get that too? What if they just come in the building, they get it? What if they come in the classroom and sit down, they get it? They got to be a part of the association. That's how you get the benefits. So we're asking you, who are the Barak of? Do you work for him? Are you a part of the association? Let's just be practical what we're asking for. Did we not understand that allegory with him? Was it kind of vague? I ain't really got it. And guess what now? Those benefits aren't just limited to CAM. Anybody that works for that organization can get those benefits. So now when I go back and read whatever was written before time and how he moved for somebody, how he divided the water, how he defeated their enemies, when they politely asked, those were benefits. If I do his will, I can be a benefactor of. You know what I'm saying? I can be a person to come in possession. I can be a person to obtain these same favors. So that's a little different than looking at blessing versus baraka. Make sense now? Oh, yeah. When I say baraka me, isn't that correct? Bestow a benefit on me. Even though I don't work there. Even though he ain't hired me. Baraka me. Now you get some intelligence, y'all. What are you asking for? So then guess what I'm mad with? I don't know why he didn't do it. I'm mad with the school board because they won't give me paid days off. Man, that thing got me so pissed I don't know what to do. Y'all want to know if I work for them or not? No, I don't. And I need insurance. I know I prayed about it. Why y'all think I ain't got it? And I'm trying to figure out why Yahuwah ain't gave me, won't give me, won't let me. He said, because those are benefits. Those are benefits afforded to people that work for me. When I cast down things before them, when I make things happen, when I remove things from them, that's part of my benefit package. That's why they asked me baraka. It's called baraka. He said it's part of benefit package. You go, get on these jobs, they give you a benefit. They let you know these are all the things afforded you right here. Some of them, some jobs they give you, they even give you a legal defense in there. Here's come with one too. Hello? I got legal defense too. I get commissar. I got somebody to advise me on. Advocate, you get advocacy with it. All that's in your benefit package. You get an advocate. Somebody that fight in the favor of. When it's against you. Then sometimes me and my employer have a situation, I'm like, man, this is crazy. I got to go in here, man. I know good and well it can be a mess. Then you know what? They'll even let me have it. And now I sign an agreement with it. I got a mediator. That's part of my benefit package. You get a mediator too. Somebody come settle the dispute. Because you know the boss always in charge. They win. They going to win this fight. But he give me somebody to come in and say, hold on, let's look at this and be fair. What Tony can do right here and do this. This is your position on this because it's your company, you do it. But what if we do this and put him on this trial base and let's let it work for him? He complete this. Then we go ahead and we just go ahead and suspend what we were getting ready to do and we move from that point. That's all part of my benefit package. You don't have one. So when you're trying to get something across to him, he won't even listen to you because you don't work for him. Hello? But in order to know what's allotted to me, I got to go through and I got to do what we didn't do. Go through and try to read that packet. They get it. We throw in a drawer somewhere. We throw in the trash. I ain't got time to read all that junk, no book. But that handbook going to help you out. I got a handbook right here.
That's right.
It's a fur. And all right, you can go back through it. We sit down and look at it. This the handbook. This in the book, though. Okay, don't worry about it. So y'all understand this now. Console of the writings. That's what my consolation. My endurance comes from the writing. We might have
your call.
Unexpected wait. An expected wait. Let's look at something we didn't finish up one day. All right, let's see how that moved from him. We did this, didn't we? This was the whites. Answer 2444. That's what I wanted. Orion. This thing hitting up against him. Who's that? 2444. Let's see. Listen.
And he said unto them, these are the Dabarim, which I spake unto you while I was yet with you, that all things must be fulfilled.
Completed. Let's look at that. All things got to be completed. You might take a test. You might do this. They say, listen, once everybody finished, I want you to bring it up and put it at my desk. You haven't finished it. You supposed to bring it up and put it on the desk? No. When you supposed to bring it up now? After you finished, after it's completed. That's what he was trying to get to understand. That the words that he was saying, we look at fulfill, he wanted to just really try when it was completed. That everything had to be completed. Y'all got it? It had to be completed. And we sit here doing something that's incomplete. Incomplete. That's all we've been doing, incomplete work. Jump over to something else to do something, and then you try to turn it, it's incomplete. Then this is the problem. We're trying to see when the benefits going to kick in. There's no benefits in incomplete work. He was not going to make him a ruler, an emperor in Shamaim if he didn't complete the task that was given to him. You're trying to obtain the Ruach HaKadosh that you can't get until you complete the task, okay? And that makes sense. No more than they would have got it right when he came. Why he just didn't give it to him when he came there? Because first of all, they needed the ability, okay? We'll look at ability as tools to use, okay? Tools to use to help you in completing the task, okay? So that's what we look at. All things must be, I like completed, okay?
Sir.
Which are?
Katab in the Torah of Mushah.
So what he can leave out of there? What he can leave out in the first 5 books, boss? What he can leave out? What can he exempt? Can't nothing. And you know how I'm gonna get the Holy Ghost? From the New Testament. Don't be stupid. Jesus wept. Let me get this straight. Now he got to complete everything in all those first 5 books, and that's when he get it. Is that when he get it? What, he missing something else? What else he missing, Lee?
And in the Nabaim.
And all of what they said too? What can he exempt in Nabaim that they call the prophet by? Any y'all? Can he forget stuff? Some of that stuff you skip over. That's it?
And in the Tahalim concerning me.
I like the 23rd Psalm. Oh, yeah, that is a 91. He that dwelt in the secret place of the Most High shall abide forever. Complete that. That's it. See, that's what we're looking at. This we got to look at, okay? Just looking at this. If he got to complete everything in Mushah, that's the first 5 books. He got to complete all the Nabaims, okay? And he got to get the Tahalim, your writings, the Nabaim. That's all the Nabaim writings. All of the other writings, okay? All these things got to be complete. That's in order for our salvation to be secured from his end. Now, everything him let us know is finished. I did my part, is what he's saying, okay? Now, you have things you got to complete. And all you got to do is just know the First Testament, the New Testament, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. If it took all of that to be done for him to be able to establish himself, what does it take for us? What can we exempt? It only makes sense. It's got to be complete on both parts. See, people just made it where, you know, I just thank God that he just did all this for us, and, you know, he just made it where we don't have to do anything. Who told us these lies? Where was this ever written that we don't have to do anything? Why was he going over all this the whole time with these people for 3 years? For 3 years. 3 years going over the whole thing. You know how redundant it is to keep listening over and over? Because you need to understand this. You need to know this. Because you understand how important it is for you to complete your part. We just looked at, we saying so Jesus paid the price. He did it all. If he did it all, I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't even have to come keep Shabbat. When Jesus died, Jesus got rid of Shabbat. You ain't got to keep the Sabbath. I don't know why I got to keep thou shalt not kill and steal either. Why thou shalt, that's all he wiped out when he came? Jesus came, and Jesus, he paid the price. You ain't got to keep no Sabbath. And left 9. I say he ain't did nothing. You just left one, that's all you took off for one day? One commandment, that's all he took off. Because people like lying. They like lying themselves because it's comfortable to them and it makes up for their laziness. You can't be lazy with salvation. You got to have an unction for this. A right of anointing. You got to know why you're doing it. So he want to tell me that all things had to be completed, what was written in all these books. And doing what?
And in the Tahalim concerning me.
Anything written here about you? We go back through those books that he talking about him. Those books also give stipulation to the people. That's why we got to go back through. Because listen, we want that same power. We want that same ability. We can't get it when we got incomplete information. We got incomplete actions. So it's important for us to go back over it, make sure we understand it to know whether or not we're doing it or not. Y'all got it? That's how I know, so we can see whether or not we're actually walking in it. And then we should see the benefits. And a lot of times we don't see the benefit because we're not fully walking it. I want this and I want this, I want this. Everything you want is in the benefit package. Only problem keeping you from getting it, you ain't started working on the job. That's the only thing you want. Karen can give us his benefit package, but let you look through it. I sure ain't gonna, and you can start crying. You can wave whatever give them to it, is wave your hand, break down crying. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I'm so tired, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, please, please, oh. Grant it to me right now. And the school board's going to give it to you? So while we keep looking for it, man, we break down crying, we're going to get it. We start waving our hand, jump up, start tapping like, what? It don't work that way. But people told us lies because it was easy. It made you less responsible for anything, and you were an achiever of everything, which makes no sense. Okay, let's see what he did. Next verse. Then
opened he their understanding, that they might understand the Kitabim.
That's when. So what did he do? Give them the ability before he gave them the information? He gave them the information, and he let them see how important it was to have the ability. He gave them the necessary tools to be able to understand it. Hello? That is. Before you start teaching a kid math, you got to teach them how to count. Why be trying to teach a kid about addition when they don't know how to count? First thing you're going to do is teach them how to count first. Then you'll start working with teaching them how to put things together. You'll give them the ability. Then they can start mastering the math, multiplication or whatever they're trying to move in. You got to give them the ability first, giving them the principles. It was important on what he gave them. These are tools you need in order for you to keep going and grasp the concepts. And he gave them that ability, and that's what we need. That's what he's doing. I sure appreciate you, Yahuwah. We've been staggered a long time. We've been getting some stuff, but then it's important to come back and realize where we're not so we know where we need to go. You need to assess. Periodically, you need to assess. Why do you think they put the mile markers on the spreadway, Dave? So you can just be imagining where you at. That's it, so you can see where you at. Somebody asked you, I'm at mile marker 37. Y'all know, and you ain't believe it, they tell me how many miles I went. It lets me know where I'm at. I know if I'm on a 200-mile journey, I know how far I got to go. That's what a mile marker. They don't know what they're on there for. They have no idea what they're for. Georgia was one of the last states that started changing their exit numbers. Those exits was standing for miles. They didn't know how far you went based on where you were coming from. Wow. That's what they're doing. They just ride. They have no idea. Guess what? That's the same thing you do with your religion. You have absolutely no idea what you're doing. You just think it's a sign. It allows you to know where you're at. Okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, so then he opened their understanding, which we agreed on. He gave them the ability that they might understand the
Kitabim.
The scripture.
Kitabim.
Plural. Now he gave them the ability they could go back through, and when they went back through to read them, they understood them. Isn't that right? They understood the concepts, so they understood the meaning of them. The whole time they were here, they didn't understand the meaning. They weren't the only people. People before them did the same thing. People stood up and just read the Torah. People had no real understanding of them. You need the ability to do that. And that's what he's giving us now, giving us that opportunity to sit down, to admit where we weren't, and then make adjustments. Like we talked about in the shooter, make the adjustments so you can get where you at. You can beat yourself about where you weren't and what you didn't have, or you can take that as a learning curve and you can start to move into. Most people spend most of their pity time on where I ain't been. I can't believe I was wrong. I can't believe I ain't know. I can't believe. Okay, believe it, nigga, because that's what happened, and we need to move forward. Because otherwise, you're going to stagnate your growth. This is life. It comes for a reason. And then you know that it teaches us not to put confidence in ourselves. A lot of interpretation have come in because man puts himself in the way, including we put ourselves in the way. So he had to come let you know, enough of you been in the way, let's go ahead and move that away so we can see my way. It has to happen. And the only way to know, listen, if I'm never in the way, how I know his way the right way? Because I might have just as good a point as he got. I might know just as much as he know. So you know what he'll do? You go ahead and do it your way. Ain't working. How about we do my way? That's how I know he'll win right. See, what people try to find spiritually, it's important for you to get what they call on-the-job training sometimes. You got to know for yourself. I had to get to defeat to get to a point of submission. If I'm not defeated, what's going to make me give up? Huh? Me and her fight, she got my shoe strained that ain't even my shoe. This one I got at home. An extra pair of shoes. And I'm supposed to give up because why? Why am I giving up? Unless I'm in a submissive hole that I realize I tried and I can't get out. I'm stuck. Now I submit. That's where he puts us at. That's to get us to, listen, if you ain't been down, you ain't ready to submit. Don't tell nobody you ain't ready. You just keep being a watcher. Keep listening. You got to get down. Unless you come and otherwise you're going to keep trying to find your way. Why would I not? Come on, why wouldn't I? It don't make sense. I ain't even tried all the avenues I got, and I said, your way is right. Am I honest? No, let me think of another way. It might be somewhere around this. Let me consider something else. I got to keep going till he can block in every way. How did Balaam finally get stopped? Man, he had a whole open field out here. Come on, man. Until I wall you in. You're going to keep running. You're going to keep going. You're going to keep trying. Until all your way are exhausted. Then you realize, I ain't got nowhere to go. I ain't got no out. I ain't got no thinking plan on it. I ain't got it. I tried it. And a lot of y'all have tried to attempt this way, and you still got some other sources. You got some other stuff you got to look at. It's still some conflicting things. You ain't totally 100% sold. You 90-something, but it ain't 100. And I'm telling you, you at 0. You got to let every way get exhausted. This ain't for everybody. Don't be mad. Listen, I would never at that point get mad at somebody because this ain't that way. I'd be disappointed. You got to be real with yourself. You still got some knowledge. You still got some information. You still got some way, the stuff you got to do. This ain't for you. This is actually for people who've been defeated. There have been people that have been made. Even with the Malak of Babylon. He never submitted, not until he got broken down, till he was made to eat grass. Like the dog, and dew fell on him, and then hell was like eagle wing. And after he put him he said, I let 7 times go around him. And he came back. You know what he said? He said, the Most High rule in the Malkut Alakim, Anashim, a man, and say, give it to whom he will. He realized it, and he didn't get it back. You know, it took him to be broken all the way down and had to eat grass like an animal. Everything was served him. All Yashar had to come under him. Yehuda had to come serve him. Every nation had to come under Guim. And yet Yahuwah broke him down and let him know, I give it to whom I will. I give it to whom. It took that. Why was he going to admit it when he sit on the throne? I'm not admitting. I'm sitting on the throne. Why would I admit that? I got this. I worked and put this together until I break you down and put you down now. And you living and you looking like an animal. Isn't that right? And you ain't got nowhere. You can't get out of this. And the time I gave you this, the time appointed for you, and you recognize I do what I want to do. That's what it took. That's what it's going to take for you. Now, if there's another way you got it, a lot of y'all can turn your membership in. Really, a lot of y'all, when I get finished broadcast, I'm asking you, I'm imploring you, turn your membership in. Until you get yourself all the way down and exhausted out, you're not going to do no good. I ain't going to tell you no lie. You're not going to do no good. I do you a disservice to keep you to tell you to say, oh, no, don't worry about it. Just got to let time. It ain't going to work. You got to get every one of your ways. They got to be exposed out. They got to be put. You got to go through every one you got. Don't fool yourself. Don't try to, it ain't for me. It's for you. It's for you. Be real with yourself. You know you got some other stuff. You know you see some other stuff. You know you still trying to do some other stuff because you ain't realized he going to trap you on every end. Every end he going to trap you. You ain't going to get away. I know because I've tried. I ain't just saying, because you know what, I read in a book one time. I ain't talking about I read a book. I'm telling what the man done. I'm telling what he done, son. Don't even try it. Until you that person, until he breaks you down, until you get there, you realize, I'm talking about, man, you got to be so tired. You got to be tired, man. Tired, like something been chasing you, you out of breath. I'm tired. I'm talking you ran just straight. Y'all ever seen wild dogs before on TV? They technique, they run an animal in the ground. Listen, they run the animal. Listen, that don't move them because you take off running. Go ahead. I want you to run as far as you can. Listen, they stay on you. And listen, they run an animal to the animal so it can't move. They start chewing on them. Listen, the animal don't holler. The animal is so exhausted, it can't holler, it can't scream, it can't kick. Listen, they steady eat. Listen, they eat like a champ. Ooh, all you hear, they eat that thing. They leave a blood stain almost in the ground. They run through it. Now, hyena don't leave nothing but a blood stain. They eat that. Listen, that's what the man did to me. I can't even say nothing. I ran farther than I go. The man ran you to exhaustion until you can't, and then he don't let you go. It ain't like they get it. They say, man, go get your brother together, so we're going to run together. No. I purposely ran you till you were burnt out, till you couldn't do nothing, and I can devour you in your ways so you'll change. Can't be the same person. All that purpose, what I thought was hate, what I thought was picking on me, what I thought was unfair, best thing ever happened to me. It'll be the best thing happened to you. So now, and then I'm expecting some of y'all to give me y'all membership. Don't make me come get them now. I'm expecting you to do it. And it ain't going to be personal, it's business, because it ain't for everybody. I want you to be honest with yourself. You wasting time here. When your mind go, you think, that's a style, how we going, I'm going to go do it, I'm going to try to. This ain't for you. I said, man, that ain't for you. Not till everything you got gets stripped. Some of y'all might have come back here, you might have to be wheelchair, you might be on a stretcher. You might have to blow a straw to push your chair in here. Some of y'all might come in, you might have a stick, you might be like this, but you're going to be better though. I know. Don't let that happen to me. Let's do this. None of that happen to you, and you die the way you're going and you burn in Sheol. Which is better? And then do your leg like this and learn how to play the keyboard till you get back. I said, at the end of the day, I'm with you. I don't want to be blind either. But I don't want to see too much, and I wind up not making it in. When it come down to salvation, I'm going to tell everybody here, this flat. What you got on the table is going to keep you from getting it. Your eyesight, your health, your marriage, your kids, your finance, your home, everything you got. Listen, everything got to be in. Because you're talking about your salvation. This thing's so critical, it costs that. It costs you everything you got. It costs you everything you got. That's how serious it is. Think about it, though. If you can come, you can get it. Keep everything. Must not really been a whole lot to it. Really, it must not have been a whole lot to it. Somebody got something free, take one. How much in that? How many got in that? Free, take one. Cost is very minimal. Salvation free. Take one. How many of y'all, when you see stuff, it said free, take one, you really think, ignore it. If they getting away, ain't a whole lot. How many of y'all look at some stuff like that? You really, I'm paying, because your mind tell you, don't it? It free, it ain't a whole lot. They ain't got a lot in it. It's something else to this. So you that smart at the table, and you just dumb enough to think that man just gave you salvation. Ain't nothing attached to it. Ain't nothing to it. Anybody can get it. Never told you that. Because it don't work that way. It'll cost you everything. It's going to cost you everything. Everything. Don't let nobody lie to you. It's going to strip you. It's going to embarrass you. Folk going to look at you like a fool. Folk going to be talking about you. Folk going to hate you. All the stuff. How many of y'all like folk talking about y'all? How many of y'all like folk? You like folk talking about you? Come on. I appreciate it. Come on. Put down. Go put your name on the board. See, we can't have that stuff. I said, how many of y'all like folk? Like, he said, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Put your name on the board. We're not having that today. And that new sheriff in town. Yeah, put your name. It's somewhere there. You put it. Here you go. You see Teddy? You can put it right up by Teddy on the mountain. Everybody's name make that board. I write my own name on the board. But at the end of the day, this is something we all had to consider. Now you look at stuff that you could defend yourself for in time fast, stuff you wouldn't stand for, stuff you wouldn't take, stuff you wouldn't tolerate. Now you got to take it. You're like, what? Let me see. Let's do this now. Let's be honest. I seen Dave before the unit now, some stuff I want to tell you really upset you too. I knew you would have took it. Would have took it. Think about Yahushua. Guy run up on him with sticks, run up on some stuff. He's thinking, this is nothing right here. This is breakfast. And he let these guys know, tell the guy, man, just put that back in there. I'm going to take that. And I'm going to let them know, though, I ain't got to take this. But I'm going to do it because of him. He puts us in situations to take stuff sometimes to embarrassment and defaming ourselves just because you have to acknowledge, you have to follow the same path that he followed. See, they gave us salvation. Well, you ain't got to let nobody do nothing to you no more. Jesus paid for that. You ain't got to let nobody talk about it. Jesus paid for it. No, you got to follow it too. You saying you want it, then you got to walk in the same step. You got to follow the same path. When Andrew and them asked to sit on the right side of Yahushua, he want to know, can they do what? Drink from the same cup I drink from. So why he just can't get the seat? He let them know, what you asking for, I had to go through and complete all this. How you going to do it and don't complete now? I'm just going to give it to you? You're going to have to complete the same feat. This is what he teaches us. Have anybody in here won a first place or a championship before? Well, so the other people, could I get one if I didn't? Let me ask anyone. See, Chris, what do you remember what the championship was? Was it football, baseball? Hold on. My brother Jake, come, put your name on, come, put your name on the board. Come on up here and put your name on the board. Come on, Chris, put your name on the board. Put your name on the too high. Come on, put your name on the board. We're not having that. You ain't no exalted in here. All you had to do was name one thing. Wait, holler. How many of y'all he too high? Too high for me. How art thou fallen, Christopher? There, put the name up there. No, don't put no check. Who is that right there? Oh, that's the other government name. Go ahead. Man, look at him, man, too high. Who else done won the championship? Okay, what was it? What sport? Basketball. So what y'all did, y'all played a game, then won? How did you win the championship? How did y'all win the championship? More than one game? 2 games. 3? Hold on for a minute. We're talking about winning the championship. What are you talking about? So how many games you had to play to win the championship? To get to the championship? 40? So let's say I won the championship, Lee. I pop up championship game. Start. What happened? You can't. So you tell me I can't pop up at the championship and just play? But what if I stand here and I just ask him to save me for the championship? Could he be? I'm here, I'm looking for championship. I'm going to, I want him to save me. That's championship for, right? That's it. That's everything. I ain't played none of them other games. I pop up championship. Now, Leah in here, how many other won championship, top many championship? So y'all day of, that's championship. It's the stuff you did. Was there practicing before eating games? Were there weeks of practice and other stuff you done? That's both and with the game. And to finally get to championship. I just come to church, bust out crying one day, saved, Holy Ghost filled. Boston back there laughing. Why is it funny to you, Boston? Boston, that's what we do, though. I mean, how many of y'all did that broke down crying? Everybody know that's salvation. That's championship. Bust out crying. Start crying, get hurt. Oh, man, I feel bad. That's championship. What about the practice? Right. What about all the other games that took the lead up to that? Right. What about your championship game is your hardest game? Yeah. Who get a championship? Man, this a cakewalk. No. They bringing everything they got. You bringing everything you got. This ain't regular game. This everything on the line. And I just bust out crying and got it. Y'all see when we sit and think about that, how stupid we've been? That we believe that you can just bust out crying and you got it. Ain't been in no practice, ain't played no game, ain't did nothing, man. I just bust out crying. Man, I feel so bad. Say, can't do no stuff like that. That's crazy. But that's what he get us to understand and realize we were duped. A lot of these people here, they do. I ain't even crazy. They've been duped. So now, then he opened their understanding. They might understand the writings. And what did he say?
And he said unto them,
Uh-huh.
thus it is Katab.
Right here, 46. All right. And he said to them, thus.
It is Katab.
Can we see what thus is, Boston? I know it's probably going to be, what you call that, archaic, antiquated. Well, I'm sure they can go back and give us some. Yeah, thus. Literal, formal. As a result or a consequences of this, therefore. Therefore is what he would have told us. Consequently. So based on the writings and based on what he did, he was telling them consequently that this is why he had to do this. Okay? In the manner now being indicated or exemplified in this way. So they said, thus it is written. So now we're looking at why. As a result. As a result. That's what you get. When the folk come back and they say, hypothetically, they drew some blood, they come back and told you you had a blood clot. Those are your results. Typically, you didn't get it from anywhere. It could have been from some medication he'd been taking. It could have been from some foods he'd been eating and some other things. And guess what? These are the results. Now, he can argue and fight it, but this is your results. This is your blood. This is what he's looking at. As a result, this is what has to happen. See, we see thus. How many never thought a whole lot of thus? Old English get going. But that doesn't make a difference when you look at what stuff's saying. As a result, I need to know this. So as I'm reading, I'm comprehending better. See, this is the ability he's given us. Now we can comprehend the whole thing, okay? Y'all got that? As a result, consequently, therefore, let's see. Let's go back over, please. So he said to them,
thus it is Katab.
hold on, they done blocked me out for a minute. There we go. So so he said, consequently, therefore, as a result, it is written.
And thus it behooved Mashiach.
And then we look behooved up. Let's say it probably go behoove. The D is going to be making it as past tense. My young kids, y'all realize that? ED is past tense. Y'all already, how many of my young people already knew that? How many of them didn't know it? The ED is past tense. Okay, look, it is a duty or responsibility for someone to do something. It is incumbent on them, okay? That's placed on them, okay? Behoove. That's what he said. Listen, since I'm telling you about me going back through the books, I'm talking about him, I'm using me as, as saying, it was a must that this had to be done. Y'all see that? It was a duty, it was a responsibility. So everything that you've been told to do, you ain't gonna believe it, it's your responsibility. Why I gotta forgive people? It's your responsibility. Hello? All this stuff you get, it makes a difference versus, it ain't my job. He said, because it was written, he said it was his responsibility. So let me say, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt have no other Elohim before me, thou shalt not covet anything of thy neighbor. What they said right here, ain't my job. It's my responsibility. You're exactly right. That makes a difference. Who's going to do it? It's my responsibility. When Mushah was sat here and he looked and he saw one of them being suffered by the Mizraim, why other people didn't get involved? First of all, I don't feel like it's my job. It ain't my business. Mushah looked at it's my responsibility. If I see one I'm suffering wrong, if nobody else do nothing, he said, and he looked at why nobody got involved? It ain't my responsibility. It ain't my job. See, this is what we do. That's the preacher's job. That's the preacher's job. That's the preacher's job. I ain't talking about preaching. All of us required to live a certain lifestyle. All of us are required to come under a certain subjection. And so now he's telling you, listen, it ain't just because he read the book or the book said something about him. People can write something about you. You don't have to do it. They can write hypothetically, Ahab is a homosexual. That means you have to do it. No, that's someone's opinion. He's looking at this as factual. I'm obligated to it. So it becomes my responsibility to complete it. I don't know about y'all, it make a difference. Yes, sir. on how you look at things, how you register things, because that's going to make a difference on how you perform it. Now that I know it's my responsibility, why would he get all the responsibility and I don't have none? Responsible Yahushua, irresponsible me. I fornicate, I can commit adultery, I can lie, I can cheat, I can steal. Is that written? Is it written for me not to fornicate? Is it written for me not to commit adultery? Is it written for me not to lie? Is it written for me not to have no other hand? Is it written for me to keep the Shabbat? Then that's my responsibility, my duty. He's coming through and he's obligated to keep duty, but I ain't got to do mine. Because you know why? He paid it all. See, those are just Christian antics. That's all this stuff is antic. It makes no sense. Why is he telling me so much about him? Why is he so studious about staying mindful of what he's doing? And I ain't got to do now. I'm saying, go ahead, Jesus, I'm just going to be chilling. There's some hoes had calls over him. Holler at me when you get through. I'll meet you at the fish fry. You see how people programmed us at doing now? How did he get all that responsibility? I have none. How did he get all this duty? I don't have any. Right. So it makes a difference when you realize it's your obligation. It's your duty. Now, he said that was his. You don't have anything telling you about yours, does it? Let's say the 4th chapter of the book of Ephesians. My boss said, he said, somebody's going to try to get over. My boss, he's smarter than everybody. My boss so good that by tomorrow, you'll be working in Alaska, so dress warm. So they've been watching the movie list I sent out. They'd be already there. All right, this is Ephesians. Listen, this is 4:1, Ephesians.
I therefore,
listen, I therefore,
the prisoner of the Adon,
captive, captured. You're a prisoner, what you are? Incarcerated, captive. Guess what? Guess what? You would never use this. He ain't got you. He ain't got you. You still running. You still on the loose. See that? He said he's a prisoner. What does he tell us out the real? He's under somebody. For y'all ain't been incarcerated, a prisoner don't have rights. Yeah, I tell you, you can't have, I don't care if you can't have, man, it's illegal. You can't do that. You can't have sex with nobody else in jail. It's illegal. You don't have that right. Well, all that stuff you do out here, you can do that because you're out here. If you ain't there, you can't do that, man. Catch you there, that's a charge. You can't do like, this is my booty, this is my, no, it ain't. You property, you become, that's important for you to know that, but because you become property of.
that's right.
You become the property of.
That's
They're
right.
responsible for. All your rights were given up. Your right to walk out the door and go when you get ready, you don't have that right. You catch you touching that door, I'm going to bust your head open. Mm-hmm. We're going to send a riot gear team here, you don't listen. We're going to beat the brakes off you because you don't have that right anymore. Guess what? In order for you to understand what he has with you, is he had to use this. Why would he tell you he was a prisoner? Why don't I just start to tell you, Yahuwah is my boss or whatever? I got to tell you something you know. You know a prisoner don't have the same rights you got. They lose those rights. Stuff that you can go and do, you lose that right. Just the mere fact that you've been incarcerated, you lose certain privileges. Guess what he said once you become here? You lost that privilege. That you can go and say, I'm finna bang this chick. You don't have that right. That's a violation. I'm going to smoke me some weed. Let me tell you what people don't know. Cocaine is illegal to sell, distribute on the street. If you're smoking crack in your home, that's the privacy of your home. The other stuff you do, the privacy of your home makes a difference. As long as it's you in your home, you're doing it, you ain't got to worry about nothing. The problem is with Yahuwah, you ain't in your home no more. You in my camp. In my camp, we don't smoke crack.
That's right.
My camp, we don't fornicate, and we don't drink, and we don't commit adultery.
That's right.
In my camp, we don't tell lies. So you understand that a prisoner lose their right. When you become what we call Zay, you just lost all your rights and your ability.
Yes, sir.
Guess what, though? Guess what they don't do? Y'all been incarcerated for? Who have been incarcerated for? Do you remember they come and they take your penis off?
No.
So it's still, you still get to keep it, but you just can't use it under those rights you had, the ability you had before. Get what they want. See, when Jesus comes, he take your penis away and soap your vagina. He's not taking nothing away. You understand the rules and regulations. If you get caught, you understand you got another charge coming. Right. Now things get worse because now you lost it. You're not your own anymore. You became property of. That's why you get it. They'll put on the back, property of the state. Property of. That's to let everyone know he does that by sealing your life. If sinners entice thee, because now you property of. I can't do it. Why not? I don't have that right. See, what we've been looking at, what people they got afraid, I don't have the right to do what you're doing. You lost that privilege. See, that's why I'm telling y'all, this salvation, I wouldn't give it out. I wouldn't offer it out to everybody. Look at what you can do now. Man, you can be willy-nilly, butt naked, drunk, hoeing, whatever you want to do. But see, I can't do it because I'm incarcerated. That's all I'm telling y'all. See, what we've been looking at, just like a prisoner look at you and be like, man, they give you a wonder, and it's 10 of that. They put that, you can't see nothing. Man, you lost that. I wouldn't even worry about it. And that's what you have to have for you spiritually. A lot of things, they keep jail people incarcerated from sin outside. Guess what? Don't even put your mind out. There ain't nowhere you going no time soon. Don't you be worried about looking at them folks out there, because that ain't for you. And that's the thing that had to come for us. Although we're out here with seeing these people, we're looking at what's the mandate for us. Don't you know they take people on the road cruise? Some of them people can escape.
Yeah.
You can try it. A lot of people look and realize it ain't worth it. I might as well just do my time. I escaped before. Got captured. It ain't worth the time. I tell somebody I seen trying to do it, say, if I was you, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. It look good to you. All they're going to do is get worse for you. You get escape charge on what you got, it get worse. Don't do it. But see, I'm saying that. But what I'm telling you, he had to talk to us on this level to get us to understand. That man said, I therefore a prisoner in the Adon. What do you do?
Beseech you.
Beseech. Let's see, beseech. Ask, plead. What is it? Let's see. Y'all all right?
Yes, sir.
I don't know, man. Y'all look kind of crazy, man. I need to get me a new Adon. Y'all need me to flip them words out on y'all to get y'all woke. Candace said, yeah, come on. Let's see. He said, I asked someone how?
Urgently.
Can it make a difference? Eric, you'll go get me someone. I'm beseeching. Hey, I'm trying to go get it. So I'm asking the way that I'm trying to get you to see there's a need to.
Right.
Understand the difference. You just said, but see, he asked you how. It's a different. I was asking him, so he was looking at me. You start yelling, it more or less bring your attention because it's an urgent matter. So all this you need to convey. That's what English teach you, whether something a verb or noun, because a verb is going to be an action word, right? Different things that it teaches you so you understand verbiage and how it's being displayed. And what happened with us with Yahuwah, we don't understand verbiage. Why y'all think we procrastinate and we move? We don't move the same way. See, when Yahuwah spoke, he started rearranging things. People, stuff started moving, you know what I'm saying? Hearts started moving, thunder, lightning, all that. So people said, so you talking about the day, it starts today. You know, this starts today. This ain't no, this starts today. You know what I'm saying? He perceived them urgently that you need to take this of the most sincere. You know what I'm saying? You need to get the most earnest heed, the most serious state of mind to it. So here he said, I'm asking you urgently and fervently to do something, employ or entreat. So he asking to get you to do something. First of all, he made his estate on where he was. Let's see, let's go back. Appreciate it. I therefore a prisoner who knows somebody captive in the Adon, beseech you.
That ye halal.
Hold on, what's our meaning for the beseech? I want to see where they at.
Ask urgently, fervently.
Fervently, and that's right, it's an affection behind it, right? There's something behind it, and it's urgent that you walk
Worthy
of the
vocation
in which
ye are kara.
Let's see what vocation is. We got a line on Yahushua. Let's get a line on us. Vocation, a strong feeling of suitability for a particular
Career.
or
Occupation.
I wonder would that be your duty? I'd be confused sometimes.
Right.
Ain't that clever? What y'all think?
Yes, sir.
Would that fall like under your duty?
Yes, sir.
Because we read about it, but remember, salvation is free. And Jesus paid the price. You ain't got to do nothing. Now, what was your vocation? Your career is you being Yasharal, being Yehuda, which means you have to follow, let me see, what was written in the book of Mushah, and in Nabaim, and in the Ketuvim, and in the Ketuvim, the writing, concerning him. See, why we keep thinking we got away is nothing for us when it clearly come back and he's telling you to walk according to your vocation. Man, see, they'll spend more time trying to get out something. Suitability will look something that you do know fit. That's all, something fit. Not like them South Carolina suits. Yeah. Boy, I ain't seen a nigga from South Carolina yet wear a suit right. Boy, I'm trying to see him. All you see the tip of their finger right here. Pants be like, I mean, listen, they have this much pant leg on top of their shoes. I don't know what besides, I mean, they can't sell one suit. Don't nobody get the right suit come out of South Carolina. Who else? Who gone? Oh, well, Ray, you made a difference. You first one. It's always got to be one way, but you seen your counterpart. That's all I'm saying, Ray. They're not making see, it's always one going to break the mold, ain't that right? But they going to get one, they going to make sure you can't see none of the fingertip. And they cut their fingernail, it going to like they ain't got no hands. They don't even wear shoes. So then when we look at the vocation, strong feeling of suitability for a particular career or occupation. That's what you got to get. You need to get that feeling, a strong feeling. See, you don't have that urgent, you don't have that. That's something we got to work out. And that works for, even though it's an English word and an English definition, a lot of our stuff deal with our inward parts. We talked about even before in past with the Zabak. A lot of it was you were putting up the inward part. Now, just say when you went in and you had to give up the kidneys, the liver, if they were infected, would there still be something we would offer up? So there would even been a keeping to the inward parts. Y'all know what I'm saying? Think about it, even though the outside exterior was good, no blemish, no defect, no broken leg, no cracked skull. But once you took the kidney out, the kidney was rotten. We can't offer it. So it was important to make sure that not only the outward be suitable, fillable, but the inward part be. Y'all got it. He's talking about a strong feeling. That's not something external. We're talking about something internal. That's that conviction we had to get about it. A lot of times we get conviction after we commit that. I rob a bank, kill 15 people. They finna give me 3 life sentences and the death penalty. They're gonna make me live 3 life sentences just for my last breath. They're gonna put the hat on and gonna electrocute me. That conviction ain't no good. We got to get that strong feeling about our obligations to a point that that's the thing that keeps us from impeding, going against, transgressing what it is he gave us. You don't need the strong feeling after you caught, ain't no way out, I got to do something right quick because I'm guilty. We need the conviction before. Y'all got it? And that's what he said. The feeling about your job makes a difference on the duty you're going to give. See, why a lot of y'all can go against it, you can keep doing what you're doing, because you don't have no conviction. On the day of Ukal Shabur, now when they heard this, and what did they say? They said to coven to the rest of the Anashim, what shall we do? Then he told them repent. Which, what we talk about become what? Remorsefully sorry. Not just, what, turn away. No, you got to become remorsefully. See, all this is dealing with, where your remorse at? In your eyes? Your right at your fingertips. See, everything, this is all inward. That conviction now, that's going to get them to doing what's suitable. What was suitable for them? What was suitable for them when they were pricked in the law? Be immersed. Guess what? That fit me now. I ain't asked for immersion before I was cut. See what happened after he convicted? Now when they heard that they were pricked, they want to know what I need to do. What's suitable for me? Since what I was doing hadn't been right, what do I need to do now? Repent. Right. Turn away from what I'm doing. Become remorseful. Ain't that right? Become remorseful. Then be immersed. Yes, y'all got me? In the shim. That's what's fittable for me. That's what's fit. Yahushua, we knew him a man of sorrow. We knew him a man of remorse. All of that, I got to follow the patterns. He granted something to a man that fit an ideal. I don't fit the ideal. I just want the benefits of the ideal. That doesn't work for him. Who doesn't? Who doesn't want the benefits of what he did? But you got to walk in the same pattern. Why do you think he told me to walk worthy of the vocation? What do you say? For you judge a man, walk a mile in his moccasin. What would that supposed to do? What would that supposed to do, Baza? For you judge a man, walk a mile in his moccasin. Isn't that right? How they fit, whether they're too big or they fit right. You can see why he did some of the things he did if you walked it. How you feel when you're doing it? How did you feel along the way? So now why he tell me to walk to a certain pattern, I'm following the same steps. I'm going to teach y'all something one day. I'll teach y'all something. I know you don't know it, but I'll teach y'all something. For a particular career or occupation. Some people that go get certain things, they say, man, I couldn't do that. They say, I can, because they have a feel for it. Like nursing, washing blood and guts and doctor, it's a feel you get for it. I want to help. You're right. Like she looks, you're right. Guess the people who do that, being a coroner. Being a coroner, you know, they look at, I would like, because I think about, maybe sometimes people might say, I had a little sister who was murdered one time and we never knew what happened. So I always thought about that, and I just had always been a thing I wanted to do was to be a coroner, be able to get the body, find out what happened so I can help solve the case. So I was like, man, we're going to get a dead body. The feeling they have, the urgency for that job is more than what you have for your disapproval of it, because you just look at the work of it. They look at, for me, I want to see something get solved. I want to help people. You know, I'm tired of these things not getting solved, and I have a passion for it. Well, once you hear the works and the ideas of Yahushua and how he was so minded to be staying with the mandates were given to him because it was his duty. It was his obligation. It should inspire you to do the same. Hello? The book said, leaving us an example that we should do. What was again? So I beseech you that you walk worthy. So I'm going to follow his step and I'm going to walk worthy of the vocation. These two different walks. Same walk. Same walk. But it got to be a conviction in the walk. There's got to be a mind. You have to look at things in a different, like a different light. Right? A different manifestation so you'll really get the validity of it. Let's go back right quick and get them through, because I'm losing them. I'm going to start using the words.
Yes, sir.
So we got that. So we understand this.
Yes,
in
sir.
In which you are.
Carl.
What to tell her?
Carl.
I ain't just get this. The call didn't just come. Called. It's already been there. Us going back to it ain't because it's new. It's just new for us because we haven't been doing it.
Right.
It's been the same call at the same time. Yakra. Uyakra. And he called. And he called. So you need to understand that. Now he tell me to walk into something wherein I was called. There's a book that's named Called.
Right.
So when I go back and look in Called, let's see something right quick. I know we all heard 18:1 right quick. Uyakra. Let's just look at something right quick. Now listen, if any of y'all want to go ahead and give up your membership now before I get it, don't be mad. Listen, say yourself that. Some of y'all looking at home, maybe I unplug your live streaming, like Booker said, I unplug it for you. That's just being honest. I wouldn't do it. I'm being listen. Nobody got no right. It'd be a husband, wife. Nobody got no right to get mad at you. When you grown, you're age, man, you make your own decision about that. Don't let nobody push you into nothing. You got to know for yourself. We did stuff too long. How many times we've done stuff too long? Because as a child, you taught and made to do things. As an adult, you got opportunity to make choices.
That's right.
Just make sure that you choose wisely. Isn't that right? That's all. Just choose wisely, because it's going to be a judgment coming later. Isn't that right? And that judgment comes, you got to be right then. Let's see. Let's see what he told us. And the name of this book is called, am I correct, Basi? Uyakra. And that means, and he called. And he called. And he told us to walk worthy of where we would call, right?
That's right.
Well, how that going to happen if I don't know what he called me to?
That's right.
Let's see what he said. Listen about it. Listen. This is the Greek, which is the older, the Latin for the old watching, King James perversion. All these people are perverts. All of them have played with our stuff and our dialect, our conversation, but Yahuwah gonna fix it. Listen. And showed as Chanel said, Bastard took it way too far, but y'all he gonna avenge.
Yeah.
She know I knew that. That messed up right there. She'll be on ZM already. All them talking too long. Yeah. Man, let the record play, man.
That's right.
Come on. Let's come on. Listen.
And Yahuwah.
Hold on. You hear that? Preacher said we can't talk. I never said it. I never said it. Come on, listen. And Yahuwah spake to Mushah, saying,
Speak unto the Benim of Yasharal, and say unto them, I am Yahuwah your Elohim. After the doings of the Arats of Mizraim, wherein ye dwelt, shall ye not do, and after the doings of the Arats of Canaan, whither I bring you, shall ye not do. neither shall ye halak in their ordinances.
Hold on for a minute. So first, I'm confused. So when he beseech us on how to walk, and we supposed to follow Yahushua's step, and we got a book that talking about walking too? It's tight. And I'm not supposed to walk in none of the ordinances, the law, statute, what people. Now, that's what they get. You know you ain't supposed to stop. You ain't got to stop no. You stop at a stop sign, you know you're walking in the ordinances. That's sin. Because somebody's stupid. See what I'm saying? Come on. See, this is what happened with groups. All of us can be guilty. I ain't exempting us. You can be too smart till you just stupid. That had nothing to do with you stopping no stop sign. See, you know, you just broke the law. What? You ain't supposed to stop at that red light. Go ahead and get yourself killed, stupid. Go ahead. They ain't stupid. You don't see none of them run through them stop signs. And I mean run through them red light on those main street. Go Beautiful Highway and try that. I want to see it. Show me how much you against these white folks and their laws. Because that's when you're stupid. He started talking about other things these people set for their own mandates. You know what I'm saying? Him, like, hey, man, we bang sisters all the time. I ain't talking about no members. I'm talking they bang their own sisters. He said, you're not supposed to walk in that. You're supposed to be convicted about that. That's not stuff we do. And all the stuff they did. So when Shaul told us that he wanted us to walk worthy of our vocation wherewith we were, who is this going to spark the minds of? People that know the Torah. Let me see, who's been over the books of Mushah, the Nabaim, and the Ketuvim concerning him. Because these were his obligations and duty, they're also mine. The people that he's going to come back, that he's going to redeem, make up for bad aspect, is the people that convert over to make sure they walk the same according to the vocation. That conviction, that feeling about. Y'all got it? So when they say he walked worthy according to vocation, I'm going to start going to church on Sabbath. First all that's wrong, because we don't have no church. And that's not the only thing you get your conviction by converting over to no Shabbat. That's very minor. Very minor, okay? The thing we look at is making sure we complete everything just like Yahushua. Do you think Yahushua cannot complete the Shabbat? No, he came here to make sure he completed everything because that's what man had a problem on. What we keep. I'm confused. It's a bunch of laws. You ever get people get smart like that? What all we keep? So we stoning killing people today? We can. You know what I'm saying? They start trying to be funny. Gotta be stupid. You know what I'm saying? Because people always trying to over exaggerate things to try to cover for things that they don't want to do. He made it simplified for us. More people try to make it complicated. So in telling you to do this, notice I told you, and he told you, and look, and not walk in their ordinances. So then in 1 Thessalonians right quick, 4 and 1, because he talked about how to walk, right? All right, come on.
Furthermore, then we beseech you, our king.
So what we said beseech was?
Ask fervently.
Ask fervently. That's right. All that right? Or we ask what was that, urgent?
Urgent.
Urgently and fervently. So it's passion with it as well. You can yell at your kid and it be urgent, but they're still fervent that they understand it's with a heart that it's being done. Okay? Let's see. Come on.
And exhort you by the Adon Yahushua, that as ye have received of us,
how
ye ought to halak,
and
to please Elohim,
so
ye would abound more and more.
Hold on for a minute. They said here in the last saying, and to please Elohim, so also you would walk, that you may abound. So that make a little, this telling you, so you don't receive of us how you ought to walk. Just because you receive of us how you ought to walk, that's a mandate that you got to do it? No, because that's when you look at the Latin, when they translate it, now they're telling you to walk. Just because, okay, we've been told a lot of things that we ain't supposed to do. We did them? No, because we have to understand, now we have to do it. I'm telling you, you got from us how you're supposed to walk, right? Now I'm telling you, that's how you need to walk, so you can please him. This is what satisfies. A lot of time when folks want to know, is quote unquote, the Lord satisfied me. Probably is, but Yahuwah ain't. Because you're not satisfied because you're not walking the way he told you. So when Shaul taught us about us walking worthy of our vocation, right? Our conviction come in by the Torah. So this puts us right back that we got to know all the 5 books of the Torah, all of the Naba'im, and all of the Ketuvim, the writing concerning him. Because all these people, this New Testament, twice we find about walking. And we find that it started in Uyakra. So if I say, and he called, what that mean? I'm coming to you? What if I call you Brandon? Brandon. I'm calling the name, but typically we know it's to come. Just like he called Adam. He didn't tell Adam to come in. What Adam did, he hid, because you know he knew. He called, I was supposed to come. Why was he hiding? Just like I called his name, why he didn't get up? Because he didn't understand that when I called him, he was supposed to come. Now see, you the growed up back. When I growed up, when they call your name, Uncle Ted, help him out. I mean, even his time, your daddy call you, what you say? Yes, sir, that's it. No. Wherever you at, get your behind in here. They call, I didn't see your face.
That's right.
You don't huff on another, you yes sir on the arm. When I call you, get your behind in here.
That's right.
Amazing, we associate, but that's how they, am I correct, Uncle Ted? That's how they were with it. So when he called, Adam knew, get away. Because he called it, I got to appear, I got to show up. So now he's trying to tell us how to walk, not to run away, not to hide. You need to appear. And you need to know how to please him. Y'all got it? For what purpose? So you would abound more and more. We learn from in the garden is the actual word, that when he put the ox there, when they pleased him, what did they do? They kept flourishing. They kept producing more pottery. So now he's telling us the same thing, that when he calls us, that you walk into it and you acknowledge the call, you know how to come to him. And now when you please him, guess what? When he's satisfied, things work out, become more abundant to you and for you. Nobody explained it to us like that. Like Brandon did, what we do. He ain't said, huh? Huh? Like you on Scooby-Doo. When the call came, the call was to come.
That's right.
Remember? Call is to come. He told us when, let me see, when Yasharal was a child, then I harbored him. And he said, I called my being.
Out of Mizraim.
He made the call, they came out. So when they came out, what did they come out from? According to what y'all just read. Hands, hands, hands. Get it right. Tell me where they came out from. From where? Bondage. Where did it come out from? Their own works. Yeah, the device came out from sleeping with sisters. They came out from sleeping with nearest to kin. They came out from all these different behaviors. So him calling them, it wasn't just him just calling it was them coming out from what they was in. It wasn't just, and see, all that was a part of the bondage. We hear, I redeem you from the beth of bondage, house of slavery. Sin is slave. You're slaving when you commit sin. You think you're free. You're not. Man, I ain't got time to be on no nigga, man. Be letting no nigga be yelling, be teasing me for no hour. I ain't got time to be on no bondage on no nigga. But you commit whoremongering. You're a drunk. You're a liar. You're a hypocrite. You in bondage.
Bondage. That's right.
Because you having to fake a life that ain't you. And you thinking, I'm in bondage. I'm taught how to be free. And I'm doing this on my own recognizance. I'm just like Shaul, no one, they sat there in the prison door open. He said, don't kill yourself. We all him. We still him. You pop the door, man, ain't going nowhere. I want to be him. Isn't that right? When the guard woke up, he said, suppose all of them had escaped. He took the night to kill himself. Shaul told him, don't kill yourself. We all still him. I want to be him. Because I'm learning. I'm getting knowledge now. I know. He said, I'm asking you through Yahushua HaMashiach. That's the person that came to did everything for me. So I'll acknowledge that. And how you ought to halak. Art is, can we see art for definition? Well, we know we said spectate, obligated, but we want to make sure we understand. Because you can also have an art against your brother. Used to indicate
duty,
correctness. Typically when criticizing someone's, so when he told you, furthermore, you received us how you, so what was he doing? Correcting. He was also criticizing. If I'm telling you how you ought to walk, what I'm saying about the way you're walking, we need to know that. Don't we need to know that? So we just went, well, art was what? Expected, obligated. We didn't know he was also criticized. I'm criticizing your walk. This is what the book told you in the 28th chapter of the book of Yeshayahu. That he was going to speak to you in another tongue and he was going to criticize you. He said, I'm going to speak to these people in another language and another tongue and they're going to criticize them. That's what the man would. So guess what this would have meant to people that understood the Torah. This is in line with behavior. This is rebuke. He's rebuking who he ahabs. Used to indicate duty or correctness, typically when criticizing someone's actions. They ought to respect the, that's amazing that sentence they put there is for us. I'm criticizing you for not respecting it, not keeping it. Make sense? Come on, finish up that 1 Thessalonians. Y'all can't take no more. When it comes time to cut that TV on and watch some stupid stuff and do something dumb, the energy will buy. Oh yeah,
right.
I'm watching. They ain't gonna
That's
be
right.
sleeping. I yet to find one of them fall asleep and
That's
drop their
right.
face in that plate.
That's right.
No. All I don't do is slide that pan up, bust their head on that table. All right, so you receive us how you ought
To halak. Ought.
correctness,
Criticize.
criticizing, indicate duty. That makes a difference. Indicating your duty. And I'm criticizing you for not doing your duty. This is not sitting on the toilet dropping turds. This the other duty.
That's right.
Come on.
And to please Elohim,
See that? And to please Elohim.
so you would abound more and more.
So also you would walk. Why wouldn't you do this when you know it pleases him? He said, so you ought to walk, that you may abound more. He's only going to make things work better for you.
Right.
That's the only reason he wants you to do this. I want to give you the benefit. So in order for you to get the benefit that you keep asking me to do for you, keep this, bring this back. Don't let this happen. Get here to this. These are benefits. I only give it except you want to please me. Those are the benefits when you please me. When Yahushua said that Abba had never left him alone. Why?
They always do the things that please him.
He said, that's the benefit. I left Yasharal because they stopped pleasing me. It come to pass that when a man had taken a shot, a wife, and she find no favor in his eyes, she don't please him anymore. He said, then let her write her a bill of divorcement and put it in her hand and send her out of his house. He looked at, you don't please him anymore. I want you gone. You can go. I don't want you here anymore. Yahushua let him know he never got rid of me. I do always the thing that please him. That was the purpose of him writing, let him know how you got out of them, how your fathers got out of him, because they ain't pleased me. They weren't walking a certain way. I told them what they ought to do. I criticized them for not doing it. I did correct. Did he not correct them? I gave them correctness. They still wouldn't turn. So now he decided, I do this. I get rid of that Tuladaf, and I raise up another Tuladaf that'll do it. But we needed the ability to be able to understand. Come on, finish this up. 4.
Ye know what commandments we gave you by the Adon Yahushua.
Which were the precepts I have given you by the Adon Yahushua. Don't we know?
Yes, sir.
We need to pray about it?
No, sir.
All we do is go back to our Torah.
That's right.
He said, and everything they told, the same thing he told them. Come on.
For this is the will of Elohim.
Wow. Not my will. Why we talking about will? You need to be talking to Yahushua. This for me too? Why did he know what his will is? I ain't none of Yahushua. Yahushua once said not his will, Yahuwah will be done, didn't it? Why he talking to me about will? Not that somebody done died and left me something. Why would he be telling me about the will? This is your duty. This is your obligation. Whatever his will is. Even what?
Your Kodash.
Even being Kodash, being separated. They put sanctification. That?
Ye should abstain from fornication.
Wow. How much that's the same thing he would tell me in Uyakra when he called. All those acts, that's his will. That's why see, that makes a difference. You thinking somebody just gave you something. No, that's his will. That's what pleases him. That's what he likes. When they want to know what Yahuwah be pleased with, he said, oh man, get what he said. He said, I showed you. In the book of Micah, I think you had to go get in the 6th chapter. They wanted to know about will Yahuwah be pleased with, remember? 10,000 rivers of oil.
That's right.
If I gave the firstborn of my body for the sins of my, for the katar of my nefash, he said, but nay, no. He said, I've showed you what Yahuwah requires.
Come on.
He said, see, he went by all that extra stuff. Lord, I'll give you this shirt. He said, I don't want that shirt.
That's
nigga.
right.
That shirt.
That's right.
That cheap shirt. I don't want that junk, man.
That's right.
Lord, I'll give you these shoes. That man, them man-made bottoms. No, you know, he might be scuffed up their floor up here and shot me up, messed up their go. No. They don't wear that junk up here. All this stuff, I want to give him some junk, you know, good. We don't want that stuff. I was talking about them man-made soul that time. Candace said, man, he said, that's tight. He said, what shoes, man, ain't made this soul? You got a leather sole, you got a wood sole, you got a material man mixed up himself. Count like that's tight. He like, he gonna get rid of this shoe. He like, man, what shoes a man ain't made? Yeah. I remember Curtis gave them cheap shoes that time. And while he like, yeah, he's gonna be shutting and stuff. Boo. I was like, what there? Little something for you. I'm like, for me? I open that box, look at them shoes. Put that top on. He said, I said, man, here you go. He said, what wrong? I said, man, I don't wear no shoes like this, man. I was looking at these man-made bottoms. I said, I don't wear no stuff like that. He had a little size. You can eat it somebody else. I don't wear that stuff. That kind of folk give me stuff. I don't be receiving everything. I don't be receiving. I got a watch one time, too, but I got to listen. I said, you can take that better. I said, man, I ain't gonna wear it. I tell him, I said, I ain't gonna wear it. I said, man, I ain't gonna wear that thing, man. That thing will around break my arm out. Man, that metal get rust on the bottom, that little cheap stuff, that sweat. All right, let me tell you what happened. Years ago, I was a teenager, I had a little knife, I thought I had found something. Leather sweat had a good name, I got it. Started sweating that thing in here and put that stuff, started messing around here, put bumps all on my run. I don't do that, I don't want no cheap junk like that. Everybody different now. I ain't trying to criticize your stuff. I'm just telling you, you didn't get you some first aid stuff. They'll have you some banner, have you some of that stuff, for the antibiotic for that stuff. I ain't put that stuff on my skin. So you see what it said? For this hit the will out of him your kudash, that you should abstain from which will be zanut, whoredom. Let's see what it happened. This is what he told you.
That every one of you,
every one of you
should know how to possess his vessel.
And what?
Kodash and kabul.
And honor. Now, how would I know that? So what now? That's why I go back through the Torah, the teaching, the Ketuvim. So everyone else should know because we've been taught. Knowing is knowledge. Short of knowledge, you should have the knowledge from the word. How's what I know that? Anybody just know just by something just appearing in the air. It was through teaching. See, all the stuff that we trying to obtain and get, it comes through teaching. He set this up. It pleased Elohim that he used the foolishness of teaching.
Yes, sir.
Of the two news to save them that are mine. See, some people say, you know what I'm glad about, man? You ain't got to read no book in there. My God can save anywhere. That's the problem with your God. The Elohim I serve, he only saves through information. It's important for you to understand what you have and how to use it. He only saves through information. You got to be taught. It's written in Nabim that they all got to be taught at. The reason why someone ain't going to get it because they don't know why. It don't make sense to me. I know you don't. If you had the right, you know it's written in Nabim that they all had to be taught of him. Each therefore they had heard, learned, what they do now? They halak. See, that's why he said you don't receive it was how you ought to walk. Because everybody that come to him have to know that. And Yahushua told the people, he said, and you won't come unto me that you might be Yasha, saved. He said, I know you. You don't have the harbor Elohim in you. He said, that's why you want. Why y'all think Adam didn't come when he called? Because he was trying to be saved. I don't want to be saved. I ran. That's what he told. He was all telling you, ain't never Adam. You'd have been Adam. Everything behavior you do, you display. He said, I've seen that before. Why you think because you'd have been Adam? You bear all the characteristics. You sneaky. You are high and you'll put it on somebody else. That's what Adam did. The woman you gave me, she did what I did eat. You ain't gonna bear no responsibility. I know what I told you. I know what I told you. So now we got to come back. We got to admit that. We're the benim of transgressors. Now we're trying to break the cycle for the first time. We're breaking cycles for a lot of us. These cycle breakers. Really, our family been keeping the same tradition. Buck stops him. Stop the cycle right now. Y'all got it? All right, I finished this up. So listen, that every one of you should know. How can we see what the definition of know is before we go? No, sanctification, our word is kudash, which means to separate him. Be aware of through observation, inquiry, or information.
So you should know that through information. That every one of you should know through information, through inquiry or inquiring. All these things, you should know this. The inquiry or inquiry makes sense for us. When was it used for us that we knew? That y'all can think of a good illustration. Hands. Good one. All right, here we go, my pastor. My pastor, I'm so proud. Go ahead, pastor. Don't let me down. Ask the Kohan concerning the law. That could be kind of one. Let me see one. What you got?
If a man's skirt touch something unclean, would it be unclean?
If a man touches something skirting, y'all two together. He quoted Ask the Kohan, then you said that. No, one I would look, yes, sir. When they asked who should go up first for us, and they said who? Okay, we set them up. One thing I would look at for inquiry, what I would look at if an accusation was made in the 13th chapter book of Allah Shamut, I'm sorry, Allah Hadabarin, Deuteronomy, they call it. When it came down about a person doing something, then we were supposed to inquire diligently to make sure the thing was so. You're supposed to really search out and make sure it was so, and if it was, then you're supposed to act upon it. Well, that's the same thing that comes to your salvation. Let's inquire and make sure that certain did it and make sure the thing is so. That's what they did with the people in Berea. They were more noble than those in Thessalonica. He said because they received the ball with all readiness of mind. And what did they do? Search the script. They was inquiring. They made inquiry daily. Whether they did the same thing you do, but it came out for accusation made hypothetical about you with other God. They can't do it because I just said it. Somebody else got to say it. Then we got to inquire to make sure it was true. See, every prevention was made to keep an innocent person from just being killed or being slaughtered. So now he tell you make the same inquiry on the word because you're going to wind up getting yourself killed. You're going to get yourself slaughtered. So you need to inquire. You need to be diligent. You need to make observation. Oh, that was important for them. That's how they knew that Yahushua was. They said that we know that about the Ben Elohim had come and had given them the ability. They knew that through observation. And that they were in him that was true. Hello? That's what I'm trying to tell y'all now. You got to make observation. You got to make sure you're making the inquiry, making inquiries. You're trying to make sure you need to know. This is your salvation. You can't sit back like you did before as a Christian. Sit back and some preacher, there you go, Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost, Holy Ghost. All this foolishness. Retardation. Have knowledge or information concerning. That's why he said, you know. Let's go back and finish this up. 1 Thessalonians 4th chapter. Listen, that every one of you should have knowledge concerning how
to possess his vessel,
his body in
kodash,
separation
and kabod,
and honor. Listen.
Not in the lust of concupiscence.
In the passion of lust, strong desire. How many times strong desire come up? To masturbate, fornicate, commit adultery, to do things. Don't urge it because you know you have knowledge of observation. You already know what happened. That's what teaching is, to show, to instruct, and to do all these different things. So you have it. Why would you go and repeat the same action of people that's going to die? People he wiped out. It makes no sense. Because you don't have a conviction. So we want us to have a conviction, and then we'll have a conviction about duty, obligation, knowing what's required of us. Y'all got it? Listen, not in the passion of lust, like who?
Even as the Goyim.
That's man that do what?
No, not Elohim.
If y'all paid attention, the first chapter, in the 18th chapter of the book of Yaakov we were reading, he started naming other Goyim. He talking about Canaan.
Right.
He's talking where you were going, and he talked about Mizraim.
Yes,
those were other Goyims.
That's right.
See, that's how we know it all tie in. That's how we can take it. It's affirmative for us. For the fact he's right, those other Goyims, guess why they did it?
They don't know.
And we know that because when Musa told Pharaoh to let them go 3 days in Bamotbar, that they might shakar, which was adore Yahuwah. What did he tell them?
Who is him?
He said, who is Elohim that I should know him? That I should acknowledge him. So now it made sense of why they did what? Fornicated, why they were committing adultery, why they were having incest with their relative, why they were doing. So now let me see it happen. I fornicate, homonger, incest, lie, cheat, and steal. Why is that? Because I need to grow in Yahuwah.
Don't know him.
See, now, and guess what Yahushua said? He said, if I say I don't know Yahuwah, he said, I'll be a kazar like you.
Just like you.
They were trying to say, we never said we didn't know Yahuwah. He said, I'd hit him on the head, let him know, better figure what I just told you.
He said, if I say I don't know him, I say I be a kazal. Like, you're like, I ain't never had, did you say you didn't know Yahuwah? We know him. Trying to tell you that how different we are. He cut them down that quick, they didn't even know they were cut. Cause they kept trying to figure, I know, did you remember saying we didn't know Yahuwah? He said, if I say I don't know him, I'd be a liar like you.
That's right.
So now, not in the passion of lust like the Goyim that
No, not Elohim.
So Yahuwah the only one that know, Yahushua the only one know Yahuwah. Yes, sir. Everybody that keep his mandates know him. That's right. You say you know him, but you don't keep his Amar. That's what Yehukanan told you. He that say I knoweth him and keep it not his Amar, his commandment is a kazab, and the Amar is not in him. That's right. See, they cut you, you don't even know you've been cut. Come on. And
that no Ish go beyond and defraud his Ak in any matter, because that the Adon is the avenger of all such, as we also have forewarned you and testified.
See that? We're going to let you know. He going to come back. He told us that, though. He talked about how we did stuff, and if the poor sat there, he said, and if they cry out. He said, if they cry out to me, he said, I'm going to come back. I'm going to avenge it. So we knew that he told us about Naho. He said, if these people cry out to me, and you done this to them, I'm going to avenge it. They knew this. They Torah taught us this. So all these things he telling us, this ain't nothing new. This is something we already knew. That he let you know I'm an avenger of that. Listen.
For Elohim hath not called us unto uncleanness.
Talking about fornicating, lying, committing adultery, cheating,
backbiting,
right. Hypocrite, false pretending.
Yes, sir.
But
unto Kodash.
Right back to our obligation. So let's see, how did you get in it? Yeah, I came over and everything, and I wound up getting myself caught up in it. Adultery, and fornication, and lying, and drinking, and all this stuff. How did that happen? That's right. And I didn't know what to call. Because Elohim, he let her know, he said, I did not yakir you that. When he brought them out Mizraim, it wasn't just a physical place. I brought you out the mentality. So when you did it, I'm trying to tell you, that wasn't the call. That was not the call. How did you come up with that? Well, I ain't nobody gonna tell me. I know the Lord called me. I definitely gonna let nobody tell me no different. He's trying to tell you, I did not call you to uncleanness. I call you to Kodash, separation. That's why I separated you from these other people. I separated you by taking you physically first. Then I separated you by your laws. So you would know who would know Elohim. When you saw people do things different than you ain't even have to say now. They over there, you know they're saying, I know the Lord. Some man with a dress on, will make a way. Oh, yes, he will. You ain't got to say, you said, yeah, I hear you. I already know that person don't know Elohim. You see that? So that's how he separates. So it will be a clear distinction. You can see it. But we wound up mingling in and doing the same thing as other people did. He let us know, though. He said, I didn't yak you to uncleanness. I call you to Kodash, separation. So that's why sometimes our separation come down between wives and husbands, children, boyfriend, girlfriend, fiancés, mothers and fathers and sisters and brothers. He said, it's a sword there. Because some of us ain't going to heed the call. Some are going to ignore the call, and they're going to be a separate because he called me to Kodash. See, I can't cross over and come to you. You're going to have to come to me. That's two. Appreciate it.